Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio.
Yeah.
The world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Whoop, 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 whoop. We in the building, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is. The bearded one here.
S.I Shawn in a place to be.
And we are in the building early. You already know what it is. Rally Radio.
Yes. We all here, man.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. I know you see the headline.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to jump right into it. You know you see the topic up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
New York City is losing millions on high-speed pursuits, kid. This is crazy.
Ooh, sound like Grand Theft Auto to me.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's wild right there.
Yo, but you know what? I think the wilder part about it is that they actually ended up catching one of these dudes.
Damn.
And we're going to get into that too.
That's wild.
Because
that's wild.
It's looking pretty bad for him. When you start looking at all the charges that he's looking at right there, oh, man.
You know, they probably got some made-up charges in there too.
You think so?
Absolutely. Add insult to injury, so why not? Why not? So just for having them do all this work. You know what I'm saying? You know when you was a kid and all that, and your moms would talk to you or something like that, and she just add something extra on there because you made her expend a little bit too much energy.
And that's for making me chase you.
Exactly. That's that. You already caught there, he got you, but since you made me do this a little bit more, this is extra. So it's a little, a couple more charges in there and everything like that.
I could believe that. I could definitely believe that, but it's definitely getting ugly out here though too. Otherwise,
man, son, you ain't lying.
It's getting bad out here, quick, fast. And like I said, you got to look at how, what's going on? Shout to guy Sales. He's in there early. What's going on?
Let's go.
You already know what it is. Shout to my guy Sales. He's in the building early. Let's go, man.
Let's make that happen. That's what it is.
We here early, man. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. It's going down early. So, like I said, it's pretty ugly out here, man. It's pretty ugly out here. Shout to Dolph Spalding. Said we's in the building early.
Let's go.
Shout to my guy Dolph Spalding. He's tuned in. And let me tell you, shout to my guy Clarence. He's in the building.
Let's go.
You already know what it is. And definitely getting crazy out here, man. And I think about some of the crazy situations that you're starting to see. Like, we've seen a couple of incidents on the internet where cats is just wilding.
Okay.
Wilding for the night. Shout out to my guy, Coach K. He's in the building too. Early. Let's go. You know how we get down. You see dudes wilding for wilding. Over the top one.
But yo, is that not the car culture though? Or what? What's that?
That's a plant. That's a plant.
Damn.
Somebody planted them to get this EV thing going through.
Telling you,
the only thing that makes sense, son. Only thing that makes sense.
Don't say I wouldn't be surprised. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn, man. It's just, like I said, just add insult to injury, man. It's just making a gap. What kind of vehicle was it though? Like
his name was Squeeze Benz. Oh, I know you on fire.
That's crazy. Is these Benz owners, man, or Benz participants? Like, this is ridiculous. Like,
he was wilding, and not for nothing. Come to find, we're gonna get into the story too. We're gonna get into the story because when you find out how old he is, and it's like the amount of charges he's facing, and like you said, they're gonna add a couple more.
You know they are, son.
They throwing the entire book. They throwing the entire book at this guy.
So they throwing the entire book. They throwing out the loose leaf papers that they threw in the garbage. They going back and get them all, son.
All of that.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
And you know what? I don't even feel sorry for the guard.
Nah, I mean, it's tough to feel sorry for him at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult.
You're right. Shout to my guy Mark Campbell before he's in the building.
Let's go.
Early, aka on the Mark Photography. What's going on, man? We in the building. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, and we talking about it today. New York City losing millions on high-speed pursuits. So some of the things that we have going on today, one, right? We already know that when it came to high-speed pursuits in the city, it was kind of like a no-no. If you decided to really pick up and get on your horse and go, a lot of times they got to kind of back off you because of the risk of damage and the risk of life. They got to start assessing that. Is this starting to get out of control, or is it something that I can handle within a block or two or a 5-block radius? Because God forbid you chasing one of these guys and a little kid or anybody like that darts out into the street, or he jumps the curb. They're gonna be like, "Yo, he wasn't even did that if he wasn't chasing him." And I think that's crazy because he would have did it anyway.
Absolutely, I think so. I think so too. It makes sense, but it's amazing to me. It's like, what are they? I look at it like, what tactics do they have, set up in place to go after these people? I think that's the craziest part, and it's like, then another thing you got to think about, what vehicles they're using.
You know what? I asked myself that too. Remember we did the story about how they're using these guns that shoot
trackers.
The trackers on you and they track. What happened to that?
That's what I'm saying, because if you do all of that, you kind of eliminate these wild high pursuits.
They can't get, why they can't get rid of the high pursuits, kid?
Why? It's too entertaining. Something to talk about in the morning when they get into Dunkin' Donuts.
I know too many PD for that. Yo.
It's all good though. Listen, man. I guess everybody now and again gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts and get right. I hear that.
That's not me, man. It's not me. Don't pull me over. Rally Radio.
Let's go. You stupid.
But I will say this though, when you think about it, right? When you think about people running from obviously you running because you dirty.
100%.
No more. You know what I mean? Shout to my guy SP the Dawn. He's in the building early. Don't forget, drop a like, drop a comment so we can shout you out. You already know what it is, man. It's the bearded one.
S.I Shawn, baby. Let's do this.
Let's go. We in the building early. My thing is, when it comes down to you already running because you dirty. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Most people that we see, shout to Draco. Draco's in the building too.
I mean, you could be running because you want a little excitement, though. No.
You're
adrenaline junkie.
If you're an adrenaline junkie like that, you might as well parachute or something, or you might as well skydive, or
but nothing's like getting the 5 stars up and invading. Nothing like that. So nothing like getting a 5-star flash and you out of there.
Yo, shout to S.I Shawn because he sounded like he did it once or twice. 5 stars and be blinking.
Yo,
the tanks be coming out, helicopters. You just
son, nothing on Rally Radio. We don't advocate nothing like that. But you trying to tell me, Ben, once not one time you was like either driving or he's on 2 wheels.
Oh, he want me to cop.
Nah, not even. And you seen him, and you moving a little bit. You like this? I dare you to come out. I dare you.
Listen, statute of limitations is a mob. Shout out to Mark Campbell before he said y'all heard they caught Squeeze Benz. Yes, sir. He's gonna be a topic of conversation today because
fact.
People posting their chases. Is it bad news for car enthusiasts? See, that's the bigger problem.
But like we said, son, that's a plant, B, because it's only making it worse.
He's a plant.
He has to be. It's only making it worse.
I say it's a trap. Shout out to SP. He said I can't even say the name Squeeze Benz with a straight face.
Nah, that's
it is wild, definitely son. A pause.
That's wild right there. That's
anything
wild,
you talk about with a man is squeeze. Crazy.
Let alone a Benz.
Crazy. Yo, oh, see, he tried to get me in that vehicular treason.
Nah, no vehicular treason here, y'all. Nah, not here.
He tried to get me in there. He said, yo, I got yo. You talking about the Benz? Let's go, man. You already know what it is. It's the bearded one here. S.I Shawn. We are in the building early. We're about to get our show started, man. You know what it is. We like to, talk a little bit about what we got coming up. Everybody see the title. New York City losing millions on pursuits. What's millions? What are we talking about? Are we talking about millions on overtime? Or are we talking about millions on
property damage?
Whoa.
Right? Like, where is it at? What are they really truly talking about? You know what I'm saying? And how do they plan to gain these millions back?
I don't think they do, son.
No, they do. They do. All these little scams they got going on. What? They gonna make it right back. Come on, son. They getting it right back. No problem.
Taxation or infestation. Look, we go. He said, I don't believe in raising taxes. Only if the taxes go to the people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay. We'll see. Tell you what, side note, Trump was in the South Bronx with
right?
Chef G.
Oh, man, Chef G and Sleepy Hollow, right? He was out there with both of them.
They were trying to get their drill on.
Yeah.
Wow. And Trump was up there shaking hands and all that. That, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, sounds like we off topic. It's a trap.
Yeah, it is. Look, it has to be.
At the end of the day, but he gonna get votes because of that.
Absolutely.
He gonna get votes because of that, man. It's crazy.
Man.
Shout to Marlon, he's in the building too.
Let's go.
Resident Toyota guy. He said, build yourself a race car, find your favorite track, and get your adrenaline rush. Just keep it off the streets. Oh, Marlon got the he got the what we call the old man New Balances on. Get off my grass. Shout to Steals the Great.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Get off my grass now. But I don't think he meant it like that. I was messing around. Shout to Drake. He said, never underestimate the stupidity of people that want to be famous. And SP says NYC ain't losing nothing on nothing. They take the money out of one pocket and put more money in the other.
Let's go, son. SP's on it, so I'm telling you.
Yo, SP be on his. Yo,
I'm telling you, kid. He
don't be trying to hear it. He be like, yo, son, I told you they stealing.
We called him. Look.
Damn, I hear you, kid. But shout out to everybody who's there paying attention. Don't forget, if you got a little story out there, our phones are still acting out, and we may be able to take a call, maybe not. But if so, just drop it in the comments, man.
That's a fact.
Have you ever bounced from J's before? Woo-hoo. I don't want to incriminate
That's
nobody.
Wild
though.
Right there.
We don't want nobody like Squeeze Benz calling up. Yo, I just want to say that I did run for the police maybe once or twice. They got the whole voice morpher on the phone.
Yo, for real, right? Yeah, that'll be bugged out.
But with that being said, you know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one here. S.I Shawn is in the building. With that being said, we're going to jump right into our show. You got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to everybody out there doing their thing and who's rocking with Rally Radio. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Tell them what's going on. Tell them that we here. Rally Radio is here. Let's do it.
That's a fact. So with that being said, we about to jump right in. And with that being said, here we go. Now, if you tuned in last week, you already know what it is, man. Let's give them a little recap. What we got for them?
Yo, if you guys tuned in last week or you didn't, shame on you, but it's all right. This one's pretty wild, though. Ontario wants to ban thieves from driving for life. That's interesting. My thing is, though, how many times are they gonna, they're gonna give these people before they figure out, like, yo, you know what, you can't drive no more. Furthermore, what happens if these people want to change their life after the third or fourth time getting caught? You know what I'm saying? Is any leniencies? I find this interesting because if you ask me, the first time they catch you, it should be a Reynolds rap. This is it. You made your choice already. Like, this is it. It should be no redemption. You know what I'm saying? Especially
redemption.
Let's say, bid when you got the 4 GT outside.
Oh boy.
You know what? You just dipped into the crib for the night real quick. You probably be back out right for a little late night run or something. Next thing you know, 4 GT gone. But they catch up to him. They catch him. And they like, yo, Ben, what would you like? Ban him for life for driving or give him another go?
Let him free.
Let him free.
Yo, you know why? You know why, son?
Nah, it's so wild. Why let him free?
It's worth him doing what he did for me to catch him myself.
Damn.
Like, yo, shout to my guy. He said, I catch somebody still. He said, I'm just bring him in the house, chain him up every time I have a bad day at work. Yo, man, had a crazy day at work today. Hanging up the tire. Just go down there and start torturing cats, son.
Yeah, that's actually pretty disturbing, son. That's wild. That's definitely wild right there, son. I can hear Ronald right now with that.
Yeah, yo, so Ronald,
I can hear Ronald with that,
wow. I'm like, yo, Ron, chill. Mad as hell.
Telling you, son, that's wild right there.
Shout to my guy Shy, he's in the building. Early. Everybody's tuned in. Shout to Shy, he's in the building.
That's what it is.
Shout to SP Draco again. They said Draco said, I was a spectator and dip at Fountain Avenue. I got a half a block away going what I'm running for.
Dang, that's
he said, how Ontario going to ban diesel drivers so all truck deliveries is canceled? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, not for nothing. My daughter told me New Balance is a new thing now, and I was like, the old people choose the question mark. Shout to my guy, Cavalieri. Splash Brothers is in the building. Let's go. If you're trying to get your car detailed, got to know where to find him. Check out his Instagram, y'all. Splash Bro. Great detailing spot that we and as a matter of fact, got a couple of things we want to talk about with them. Hopefully, we can get them here on the show. Shout to Cavalieri. Let's go.
Let's do it.
With that being said, it's his partner Joe Canestro.
Let's go.
Splash Bros in the building again. Detailing specialist. This is gonna get good. We get to see like a lot of people detail their cars, or a lot of people hear about detailing their cars and they don't do it. Why is that?
Wait, say it again. You said they hear about it.
A lot of people don't detail their cars.
Yeah.
Why?
Like themselves or take it somewhere to get
either whether they do it themselves. Well, if you do it yourself, a lot of times, if you don't know what you're doing, you can cause some real damage.
Yeah, that's true. That depends how crazy you're going in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing like a little light buff or whatever like that, trying to get the paint.
Boy, this guy's vernacular is crazy. He said, "If you doing
son,
a light, we're
chill.
gonna leave that one alone."
If you're doing a light paint work, trying to bring it back to life, that shouldn't be too wild. But I feel like a lot of times people don't do it because it may be like time sensitive. I guess. You know
I mean, if you're gonna drop your car off and have somebody handle it,
no, I'm talking if you're doing it yourself.
Oh, if you got a good reputable person that does it,
yeah, then that's okay now. But then it's like you gotta also think about, are they ripping me off?
Yeah, I tell you what.
I feel like that's always on the mind of somebody going inside.
I feel like at the end of the day, as long as you got somebody you do business with that you trust, that's always gonna be a good thing. And we already know it's always relationships when you do business.
Sure it is.
Like there's many a times where I've done business and I feel like I got robbed walking out the door. Yeah. And there's times where I probably didn't get as much things done as I wanted. Okay. But because the customer service was all that, I was good with it. And that's what I'm talking about with these guys, Splash Brothers. Splash Brothers are they're newly a new detailing company, just recently started out, but these guys have already jumped into a lot of different things, a lot of different kind of detailing. These guys are doing a fantastic job out here. We just wanted to shout them out one more time. You know what I mean? Splash Bros. Don't forget, check them out on their Instagram page. It is definitely live at Splash Brothers. You know what to do. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into the show. Got a lot going on today. Like I said, New York City losing millions.
Yo, hold on. Before we jump right in, this other little recap we got right here.
Let's go. My fault. Recap.
Yo, we got a Toyota Prius that sets the autonomous cannonball record. AI driver assistant. The better one hates this though, mind you. It's crazy. The
most boring drive.
Son.
Period. He could have rode the Amtrak. He'd have been better off on Amtrak. He'd have been better off on Amtrak.
Yo, it's really, it's amazing that people are trying to really, I guess, trying to prove that this autonomous driving could be as good or better than if you manning the wheel yourself.
Do you believe that?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. I guess on the bright side, you probably got some good sleep. You know what I'm saying? Probably finished a book or two or something like that. But other than that, it's like, I don't know, kid.
And that's really my thing too. What was he really doing the whole time? Like watching the road? Serious. Like, yo, we did this run for 4. No, the car did the run. You could have actually got out.
Yo, son. Could have definitely got it. Or what if it's like one of those the rally courses, right? When they got the man in the passenger seat or whoever's in the passenger seat telling the driver, okay, you gotta turn up here. What if he's doing that?
I don't know. I saw a video the other day of a trucker driving an autonomous truck, and he was in the back bunk that they have back there, straight sleep while the truck was moving. As a matter of fact, I gotta cut the music whenever I get to these points, because I be saying to myself, yo, if you own a Tesla out there, or if you got any kind of autonomous driving car where you like, yeah, you know what? It requires me to take my hands off the wheel. I don't have to hold the steering wheel. Yo, And I can't stress this enough.
Early
on in the show.
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Like, how do you justify?
Yo, I just can't, son. I don't know. You know what? On that note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to get too off topic with this one right here. I don't know how you feel about cruise control on motorcycles.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Cruise control on motorcycles, B.
No, I don't.
Son, I think that is so like, I feel like every time there's like some sort of like, I guess, breakthrough in technology or whatever like that, it also takes away from the experience of the drive or the interaction. Like, why on earth would I want that?
That's got to be for like Gold Wing.
No. Yo, correct me if I'm wrong, son. I think the Hayabusa got it, son.
Stop.
Yeah, kid. And also other like leader bikes have cruise control. So yeah,
it got to be these new ones then. These Suzuki GS8 X8. Like, come on, son.
I think it might be the Beamer, the S1000RR. I think it got it too.
No,
son.
I don't believe.
If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. So I think they got it on.
You know what? We got to do our homework on this one because I'm through with any bike that's like I just gonna hold the throttle for you. You might as well brake for me too.
Yo, this is what I'm saying.
It's crazy. Shout to SP said cruise control on any vehicle is a no-no. How you feel about that though?
You know what? Cruise control is it's not too bad. Normal cruise control. I'm not talking about adaptive cruise control that's out now and it breaks for you and let you know it's craziness. Because with regular cruise control, you still have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. You still got to work that brake.
But they still have, adaptive cruise control.
That's a whole different ball game now. Remember that's gonna pull you away from traffic. It's gonna you don't really have to be too interactive with the car still because it's doing a little bit more for you at that point with adaptive cruise control. So I don't know.
Let's believe it or not, the Type R got cruise control.
Yeah, the SI do too.
The Type, and I thought that was like a no with a manual car, but I
feel like that's weird too. Like, why would it be? You know what's so crazy? So don't get me wrong, I tried it. I can still get in and out of gear if I need to.
Wow. So at the end of the day, but it'll still slow it down or
no. So it's normal cruise control. It's no adaptive. It's just normal cruise control.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
My thing is I think I've used it maybe once or twice trying to save gas on econo mode. Because what I realized too, when you're in cruise control, it uses no gas.
Yeah, it definitely.
We was on a wild road trip. But I don't know, at the end of the day, I feel like cruise control on a bike.
I think that's blasphemy, son. That's really wild.
You know what's real blasphemy out here?
What's that?
The fact that the city's losing millions.
Oh, they telling us losing millions.
Yeah, because they could be feeding us anything.
Think about it, son. They want us to feel bad, right? So they can find another reason to get in our pockets. Oh man, y'all losing millions, man, trying to protect us, quote unquote.
Yo, another reason why we need exhaust cameras.
I'm telling you, son.
With all of these cameras around, shout them all. He said cruise control is a great tool if you have if you go on long distances. That's a fact. He says it's a good tool. If you
I guess if you're a grandpa or grandma or something like that, then you good. You good at that point.
We're talking
get the visors on, go sleep a little bit. Matter of fact, just get an EV.
Yo,
let it be autonomous.
That's a crazy shot. That's a crazy shot right there. Pause. That was crazy. But with that being said, we're gonna jump right into the show. You know how we get down. S.I Shawn, he just loved taking shots. He's like, bah! He's like, I got you. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into the show. Y'all know how get down. Let's get it popping.
Weekly Specs. Auto news for all the listeners, only on Rally Radio.
All right. You already know what it is, man. We are starting off. We starting off crazy. I know whenever we turn the music off, it's serious
Let's
out
go.
here. So with that being said, let's get into a little bit. NYPD pursuits are up more than 644%.
Wow.
Costing city taxpayers millions in crash claims. Let's get into this a little bit. 7 on Your Side investigates team has found that pursuits by the NYPD are up more than 644% from the fiscal year of 2022 to 2023, costing city taxpayers an additional $14 million in crash claims. Eyewitness News is all of these guys looked at NYPD's reporting numbers and found that the department conducted 214 pursuits in 2022 and 1,593 pursuits in 2023 alone. That's crazy. But it seems like there's more to it. Apparently, there was a point in time where Mayor Adams had actually gave NYPD the green light to actually do this. And this is kind of where it started. And I just want to point out to a lot of people, this is not something that just started. They didn't just start chasing people.
One second, Bedouin. I gotta say, so wasn't it a point in time when the cops or whatever like that had like work on their vehicles, little tunes on them to make them a little faster for scenarios like this, though, right? Wasn't that a thing?
You believe that? I can't say I ever seen anybody cop to anything of that nature. Like I've never seen them before. I've heard it. I've heard it.
Yeah.
But I don't like, how fast is the V6 supposed to be?
I mean, when you think about it though, right? When you think about it though, you can't like, even for like let's say like state troopers, they not out there in no Prius. Why is that? Sure, okay, let's say the charges, whatever, stronger, whatever, structurally or whatever like that, they could take more damage. They also got the V8 in there though. They could be out there with the V6s. They could be out there with a Prius with structural rigidity. They could make them stronger and all that. But why is that? Why they out there with big engine vehicles?
I would like to believe so they can run you down. I think that's more. You want my honest opinion on that?
Sure.
I feel that a lot of highway patrol has those big cars, big engines because they taken a little bit from down south. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you start driving down south, you start to see all the big horsepower cars. You see the Mustangs, you see the Dodge Charger Challenger. I feel like they took that from it, but what little do they realize, there's not enough New York City highway for them to really be doing anything. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of guys feel they can outrun them. It's because, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I'm on my motorcycle right now, right? Let's say you ride, I got 1,000, right? I pull up to a red light, cop is here, he's trying to pull you over. The minute I turn the corner, and I'm not even shifting gears. I take first gear. What? Bust the right. What? Bust the left. What? Start speed. By the time his torque converter changes over, he'll never see me. I know this. By the time that by the time that torque converter changes, I'm gone.
I hear you on that one. That
it's a
sense,
fact.
No, I hear that.
So this is why they want to go to Teslas and all that, because at the end of the day, they're trying to creep up on you silently. However, though, when you start to see like the Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, in all honesty, in NYC, that's lunch food, son. It's lunch food. We looking at them like this, okay.
Yeah.
Because we know how did Han say in Tokyo Drift? He said they only factory tune.
Yeah.
He said if I could do better than 180K, you can't catch me.
Man. Keep in mind, 180K is like what, 120, 140, something like that. That's not even crazy.
No,
that's not even crazy.
No, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people feel emboldened to do it. They're like, you really gonna catch me with this? Nah. Nah. Unless you got that.
However, though, so let's say what if it is space now? For some reason, I don't know, a clear straightaway, maybe like 3 miles.
You really not catching me. Nobody's faster than the radio, though. I will say that.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Nobody's faster than the radio.
I wouldn't say all that now.
I'll tell you what, this kid seemed to be, and we're gonna get into it a little bit more.
Let's go.
So, like I said, it looks like at this point in time, there was some police pursuits going on, and Mayor Adams gave him the green light. Said, we're not letting you walk away. We will be compassionate. We will be kind. We will give people breaks. But breaking the law, guns, shooting, gang members, robberies with these cars and bikes, we're not having it at all. So now they're utilizing new tools. This is where the gun with the with shooting off the tracking system came off. This is where we first talked about that.
Okay.
So they actually had got the green light to do more pursuits, and boy, did they do them. We're talking 1,563 or 1,500, and that's a lot.
Yeah, that is.
1,593 from 214.
Yeah, that's definitely
in 1 year.
That's definitely a lot more.
And I think the sad part about it is that a lot of things hang in the balance when they're chasing people.
So another thing, right? So let's say you do run into one of them that is willing to chase you. It gets a little shaky now because you're leading, right?
Yeah.
You're leading. You got to be on super point because they could do a bunch of different things chasing you, but once you got to lead and make your own path and figure out where you're trying to go, they could full throttle all the way through. And plus they got the lights on them. So people gonna get out the way one way or another. You, on the other hand, you gotta make your space, you gotta figure out all type of mathematical equations.
He sounds like he giving y'all the formula.
You just gotta keep that in mind now. And on top of it, let's be real, man. A lot of people can't drive. So now when the cops fail, right? They can't wheel, right? So now let's say they really do. You run into that one that's really willing to chase you. I mean, you know, you're not even a driver like that, but you thinking, like you said, yo, I got this high horsepower Benz, this AMG C43S.
Oof,
I'm out.
I can make it happen.
I'm out.
I mean, there's been
you
times,
realize that V8 charger's on your tailpipe.
and he's not letting up.
That's what I'm saying. He's not letting up. And he's actually one of the guys who go to the driving courses. Now, what are you gonna do with a person like that?
Now he's trying to spin you out.
Exactly.
He's going into the side. He hitting the side of your car, trying to spin you out. Oh shoot!
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I think it could get real hairy with these chases. Like,
it could get hairy, but at that point,
it's the understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
When you're running in the city, that's a little different. Like, that's definitely like danger zone, 100%. If you're running in the city, son.
I got a lot of statute of limitations. I really don't want to. I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
I know a guy, right?
Yeah.
His name is Lop.
Yeah.
Nah,
Lop sound wild. Yeah.
I will say this, right? When it comes down to when you look at a lot of these chases,
yeah,
they said in Brooklyn the pursuits increased by 171%.
That's a lot.
That's crazy. Manhattan is the only borough that saw a decline in pursuits. Why do you think that is?
I was getting ready to ask you. I'm trying to figure out why would it be less in Manhattan? Maybe I don't know. Maybe like that's a good one. Maybe it has something to do with the I don't know, the level of business. Maybe it has something to do with the way that you really can't park in a city like that, right? So
nobody owns cars out there.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you're gonna run into some sort of bike collection, some sort of huge dumpster, something like that. So I feel like it might be a little bit more cautious not to. I guess.
I hear the Dukes of music. You start talking like that bike collection, just some good old boys, just wilding, jumping over. Like, nah, I will say this, right? They said Queens saw the highest increase, going from 49 to 174.
That's wild.
Queens saw the highest. Like I said, there's something there. There's something there. Shout out to S.I. He said criminals not trying to pay their congestion price and that. Oof, that's cold-blooded. But at the same time, there's a reason why, and you got to look at it. I look at it as so.
Yeah.
In the city, is way more like you said. I hate not to take his word, but congested. You know what I mean? Like there's not going to be a chase.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to bounce between these two cabs, and that's that. Right or wrong. I run a red light, I go up a one-way street, and you don't want nothing to do with me. And that's usually the case. You bounce, make a right, turn a right down a street that's only going up left. You going down, they're like, nah, forget that.
So, but wait, but it's like even there's one-way streets in Queens, Brooklyn, and all that too.
It is, but there's a great chance there's no traffic there. It's less traffic.
Oh, you trying to say it's Oh, I get where you go.
It's less traffic in Queens. It's less traffic in Queens. Less busier streets, in my opinion.
Okay.
Outside of the boulevards, you really not. It's more residential, so you got more room to run, and that's why it's the most in Queens. Second in Brooklyn, because in Brooklyn you got some residential, but you got a lot of apartment buildings, things like that. So it starts the squeeze gets a little different. But when you're in Manhattan, there's no green streets out there. You don't just be walking by and just see mad grass in the middle of the street. Or in a little corner over there. You don't see none of that. Damn. So there you go. It's way more restrictive. So it's no real chasing going on. You feel what I'm saying? But I will say this. When you think about some of the things that could happen in the midst of a high-speed chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to sometimes think, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? You got Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Staten Island.
Yeah,
that's how I go. Shout to Maul. He said, "Nah, they in the budget too." But what's your thoughts on it? Why do you think that at the end of the day?
Yeah.
What do you even think's possessed in people's mind to just bounce?
Like you said though, I think it's also like, yo, you ain't gonna really chase me. I think it's one of those, right? I also think it's like I got something on me, or I'm not good for the system. So I know they're gonna book me one way or another.
Right.
And then on top of that, it's like you adrenaline junkie a little bit, son. I'm not taking that from you. You have to be. You have to. If you have no other choice but to get low, then I don't know that at that point. But you're adrenaline junkies, huh? You have to be.
You have to be. Shout out to Big N. He said knuckleheads can't afford to live in the city no more. I will say that. I will say this, right? Is it only knuckleheads that run? That's another thing you got to think about. You can have a working dude who's just caught in the wrong. He like, you know what? Mm-hmm. He's risking it all.
Okay, but at that point though, you do convert to a knucklehead now though. Like there's that split moment. There's that split moment though when you drop that gear and knucklehead mode come on. That's it.
Yeah, the Transformer music like.
I'm telling you, like you said, right? Think about it, right? Think about it.
Uh-huh.
If you're gonna run, right? Let's say you're not knucklehead and you're gonna run. That means there's nothing. Everything is on the table at this point now.
And you and not for nothing. That's a risk.
That's what I'm saying. You like this, mind you. Keep in mind, like you said, you doing your thing. You making like 10K a week, doing the right thing, and you about to run. Something got to be off somewhere for you to sit there and be like, you know what, I'm out of here.
I wouldn't say nothing's off.
See, this. I mean, here's the thing. And I also, again, I believe that they think that the cops won't do it. Think about it. It's like I said, right? When I'm doing my thing, I'm going past them, right?
Yes.
I'm like this. You're not gonna come out of there. You gonna stay in there, right? But now what happens when they do? You either gonna commit to that first thought, right? Or you gonna back out.
So
keep in mind you're doing 105.
You committing.
You gotta commit. This is what I mean. You gotta commit.
So at that point, and this is what I always say. Everybody. Mm-hmm. And this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you drive autos, if you ride motorcycles, we're gonna keep it 100. That's what we're gonna do right now. Rally race, we're gonna keep it a bean.
Gotta keep it a bean.
At the end of the day, everybody has ran once or twice from the police. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Everybody.
Telling you,
if you out here telling me you never ran from Jay's, you lying. Factory. I don't buy it.
Factory.
You could be a soccer mom.
Mm-hmm.
And the cop was going this way and you wasn't paying attention on your phone.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? You tried to bust a quick right and park.
See, that's what I'm about to say. You're right there. The beta one is right because you don't got to be necessarily in the pursuit itself, but you, like you said, you could be doing so you know you wasn't be doing. They seen you, or you think they seen you, and now you starting to make moves.
Right.
You running,
fam.
That's it. you running. So people probably like, damn. I ran from him a bunch of times, and yes, you did.
Like, yo, you're illegitimate. You're illegal. You're a target for random gunfire. Be careful.
That's a fact.
Shout them all. He said, "Have you ever gone to the street races? If you went to the street races, you ran from public."
This is what I mean. Come on,
man.
Or better yet, right? Let's say you hit the WAP in a spot you wasn't supposed to, and they coming down. You going after that. You're not sticking around for that. Chances are they seen you and they're gonna make a move.
So I will say this, however, right? Yeah. I will say this, like I said, if you ride a motorcycle,
yep,
and you know you was on the good foot before he saw you, or she saw you, we know it was a different world.
Mm-hmm.
And he not even out the spot
yet,
and you already at $110. Did you stop? You gonna claim ignorance? I didn't even know you was chasing me.
That's true.
I didn't even know you was back there.
That's true. You know what's wild, right? So one morning I'm going to work this week. And you had this dude come down on his motorcycle, man, barreling down. He's moving, going right. And then you kind of had this. What the heck was that thing? It was a white Durango, right? It was a cop though.
Yes.
So he starts breaking the motorcycle down, getting down, acting crazy. I'm like, damn, why he ain't keep going? He came past me at like 105. Because I was going 70. My cruising speed is like 69, 70, right? Yo, he came past me flying. I'm like, yo, why you stop? So now you already look suspicious at this point.
Well, he was on a motorcycle gunning it?
Yo, son, moving it, son. And then, but as the further, so maybe I want to say maybe like another half mile up, it was a cop.
It was another cop.
He stops. But now you know what bothers me the most is when you side by side with the cop. After they witnessed you coming down here already,
right,
at blistering speeds. What do you do?
You really want to know?
I'm curious because I felt if I find myself in that situation, or I wasn't one like that where a cop was coming onto the on ramp to the highway.
Yes.
And I'm on the hub, right? Son, I'm going like 95, 100. I seen him, so I was like, I'm out of here, man. I'm done. Party's over.
Doing what?
Party's over. Party's over. I'm going home. And that's how I look at it, because it's like he already seen me, let alone heard me probably.
He let you go?
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
Oh, so you just express.
Say express me.
I didn't know he was chasing me.
I didn't know anything. I'm telling you, man. I just find that interesting. But what do you do when you side by side and they seen you coming and you just slow down now?
Allegedly on all these flagrant allegations. allegedly,
Mhm.
Allegedly a bike I know, he was coming from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
some sort of party he was coming from,
Mhm.
you know, and he was deep. There was a couple of them, like about 20 of them.
Sheesh. Yeah.
And next thing you know, they come around Fountain Avenue. We know the illustrious Fountain Avenue where the Charger used to sit right here.
Mhm.
Everybody was getting it, thinking that when they come over the hill, he probably won't be there. He was there. You know what I mean? I shot them all and said he over there telling on his. He said he over there telling on his. So at the end of the day, my thing has always been, as long as I'm not last.
Damn.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
Said lonesome now.
May the odds forever be in your favor. Son.
Yo.
I'll keep it a buck. For the most part, when it comes to like ride, if you ride a motorcycle, if you drive a car, and like I said, you've done it and you don't realize you've done it.
Absolutely.
Or you know you did it and you're like, you know what, I got away with it. I'm gonna leave it at best. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shout to Shy. He said Pop need to start dropping that allegedly with all these stories, and Pop gonna need another controversial host next week. You're gonna be shut down. But I will say, you know, as long as I used to always feel like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
All my years of riding motorcycles, now, older me, like, yo, nah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Younger me, though,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta listen. I got one story in particular, and I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say about 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's outside the statute of limitations, right?
Yeah.
But I was riding my GSXR 750.
Yeah.
I had a situation like that. I was moving. I didn't know that this cop was like chasing me.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't like, I'm not looking in my rear view.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going fast. I was doing like 75, 80. In my opinion, that wasn't really fast. It's the second, third gear. It's not really, and I'm not squeezing it neither. Pause. I'm not like, you know, on the throttle crazy, right? Yeah. And he throws the lights on, and I see him throw the lights on. And I'm like, oh, I look up ahead, and there was another trooper there. Not a trooper, he was actually a sergeant. He had stopped traffic and everything. In the midst of that, they crashed me off my bike.
Oh, snap.
So they crash off the bike. I fall off, guns in my face. All kinds of, yo, put your hand up. I got hit with mad tickets. Switching lanes without signaling, disobeying the police order.
See what I'm saying?
Speed. I got hit with 95 in the face. I beat about 3 or 4 of them. Shout to Scott Pfeiffer, the traffic lawyer. That guy is the best. But ultimately, that's another reason why cats run.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yo, I'm not taking these tickets.
And that's another thing. Right? I remember one night I'm going home, right? Same situation like the gentleman on the bike, whatever, right? He stopped side by side with the cop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going fast or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really notice it was a cop like in the next lane over, right? So I proceeded to go past. I'm like, yo, why is traffic stop? Like, why everybody started slowing down? I'm like, I'm not going fast. It's no big deal. It pulls me over. Pulls me right on over. I'm like, yo, what's the problem?
You ain't see the police?
That's what he say. He said, you didn't see me? No, I'm trying to go home. I'm not looking for you. Why am I looking for you? I'm not doing anything.
Shout to Shy.
Right? I'm not doing nothing. So that's why when I say, like, if I'm already on the go, or if you're right next to me, I'm going to go to the furthest lane away from you, and I'm out, son. I'm not even going to sit here, or I'm just going to hit the exit and find my way somewhere else.
Right.
But I'm not staying right there with you. because you know what I really want to do.
Oh, if
you just slowing me up.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go around you one way or another, and I'm gonna proceed.
So
I'm not,
many a times, like I said, many a times I've seen like the other side of it, and I understand. Like what you like. Yo, look, man, if you're gonna hit me with 5 tickets, fine, impound my motorcycle. You're gonna have to work for it. Yo, that's crazy.
But you order something because I'm like, it's no way, like, because I know what you want to do. If I decide to do what I want to do, so
if
I'm
you
out,
bounce,
I'm out, bro.
If you bounce, and I always say this, and you just said it earlier, you gotta commit.
Nah, you gotta commit. Son.
If that's what you're gonna do,
you gotta commit, son.
But now you look at these guys like that's posting it. that's
a little different now.
See, now they looking for the drama. They got away a couple times.
I'm telling you,
and they like, I'm invincible.
Adrenaline junkies. I'm telling you, son.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
My thing is, it's hilarious. Shout out to Shy. He said Mayor Veneers gave the chase a green light, and here it all goes. It used to be once they hit 80 in city limits, they used to shut it down as to be dangerous. He said Mayor Veneers. Shout to Moy said, sounds like an accurate description to me. That's a fact. They used to shut it down. Now they like, nah, son, go get him.
That's interesting though. Like, that's interesting that they hit the switch on that though.
But I will say, with it up being 644, is that a good thing or a bad thing in the city's eyes? What's your thought? Is that
I mean,
something?
It seemed like it's pretty bad because according to them, they're losing. They're losing more than anything. But I'm thinking about what happened to those little tracking darts though. What happened to those?
I'm telling you. What happened to that?
Yeah, like because that was supposed to be like foolproof almost. Like, okay, we catch you later, no problem.
But they got to be able to shoot their shot.
Woof. You're right. They got to be in distance.
Yeah, you can't just be 2-3 cars away. You got to be right next to the guard. You know what I'm saying? Or not right next to him, but right behind him.
Yeah, you got to be close enough.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
got to be real.
You know what though?
Shoot the shot.
Where's the pace car at? Yellow flag is out.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yellow flag is out.
But my thing is, a lot of cats. That's how a lot of cats feel. Listen, I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
And reason being is, now I'm not saying me. I don't mean me.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying this is what cats are saying. I'm not stopping because you're gonna hit me with this ticket, impound my bike, probably lock me up. You're gonna have to work for it.
It's like an extra super lose for you, and it's like, damn man, all I had to do is go 35 miles an hour faster, hit an exit or a block, and I'm out.
Listen, shout to my guys, man. When I used to ride in the club. Club remain nameless, so so but at the end of the day, we used to go to the city, but we used to constantly get harassed by police because we had motorcycles. I'm keeping it a buck. Yeah. We used to get harassed all the time because we had street bikes, not because if you had a Harley chopper, they sit
sort of
there,
Indian or something.
You know how them cops do? They sit there, they see you coming through, and oh my god, yo. You know what I'm saying? They get
you're right. They start geeking.
They start geeking. They used to harass us because we was on street bikes. So one night in particular, we happened to go by this club on 23rd and 6th Avenue. And we riding through the block. And don't get it wrong, the club was popping. We was going to hang out, right? And it was mad cops on the block. So as we coming through, shout to my guy, I won't put his name out there, but he's leading the charge. The cop tried to grab him off the bike.
Oh, no way.
Yes, because he talking to him. See, that was always his problem. He was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And and they was like, "Yo, just pull over for a minute." He was like, "Huh?" And when they tried to pull him over, they tried to grab him. He, got up out the block. So we all behind him as it is. So we now, boom, allegedly, right? Yeah. So now, as we come through there, we bounce on the 6th Avenue, allegedly. Allegedly going up 6th Avenue, all the lights is changing. So it's not like we do it. Lights is green. And I never forget. I at this point, you like, yo, we just everybody go your separate way. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be go this way. I remember looking back as I was busting the left going towards 7th. And I remember just looking back and just saying to myself, like, it looked bleak for the guard. Shout to my guy. I don't want to put his name out there, but he had 7 and 8 and 10 cars on him. They wasn't even concerned about us. What? I'm just looking as I'm turning, and I just see it look bad. So I'm like, damn, what we gonna do? Everybody split up and went their different ways. We meet up. We always had a main place to meet up at. We meet up there. Yo, where the guard at, man?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we call him. Yo, what's going on? We like, you still free? He got away. He got the. He said, and he said something to me that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
He said it's easier to get away in the city than it is to get away on the highway. I was like, wow. So you get to see for yourself.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He said it's easier to get away in the city than it is on the highway. He ain't have to explain it to me. I understood. Because even when we was it's at the end of the day, like I said, you bounce up a wrong way street, you're not messing with you. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing. He was notorious for that too, though. Shout to it is what it is. Shout to Shy. He said in state he's got to chase people on the highway, so they need all the horsepower. Allegedly, I get to 110 in the AMs. Woo! Allegedly. With that being said, man, we got to. There's a lot of different things to this, because now we got to think about the damage that they may do to other people's stuff.
Mm-hmm. But even with that, right? They should definitely be liable for that. Like that would be the accountable thing to do.
So, New York City rejects couple's request to pay for a car totaled during an NYPD pursuit.
Right.
This is very interesting. A couple in Brooklyn is fighting to get New York City to do the right thing, to pay for their car that was totaled during an NYPD high-speed pursuit. The comptroller's office said the city is not legally responsible for the damage. Wow. On November 10th, around 10:30 p.m., an undercover police officer was pursuing a suspected stolen vehicle traveling on Central Avenue in Bushwick. Surveillance video obtained by the news shows the undercover vehicle with its flashing lights fly through an intersection, T-boning one car, and then colliding with the 2021 Jeep, which was parked outside their apartment on Central Avenue. Videos and pictures from the scene also show the police vehicle smashed up right next to the car. The police car had enough momentum to smash into my car so hard that it lifted it onto the sidewalk. We talking about this Grand Cherokee Jeep. Yeah. When Reeser and his wife, Elizabeth Reeser, contacted the city to inquire about the payment for damages to the Jeep, they were told they would have to file a claim with the comptroller and pay for their own inspector to inspect the vehicle at an auto body. The Reeser spent nearly $200 hiring an inspector. The inspector confirmed the vehicle was a total loss. Reeser's car insurance will not cover the damages to the car because the couple only had liability.
Okay.
Not collision.
Okay.
Adam Reeser said a few months before the accident, they switched to liability coverage because they could no longer afford collision. There's so much to unpack right here.
That's wild.
That's crazy. In the report, the police car is referred to as Vehicle 1. The car that the police T-boned is referred to as Vehicle 2, and Reese's vehicle is considered Vehicle number 3. The report states while following a possible stolen vehicle, Vehicle 1 did hit Vehicle 2, and Vehicle 1 did collide into Vehicles 3 and 4.
Yo.
How are they getting away with that? And then it says, after weeks of going back and forth with the city, providing the officer surveillance of the video, the pictures and video, the police car smashing the NYPD the city informed the couple it was not going to pay for the damage to their vehicle because the city was not legally responsible. What is your thoughts on that?
Yo, somebody got to be accountable for that, and it should be the ones that's supposed to be protecting and serving.
Wow.
It should be, because it's like, it ain't my fault that you ran into my vehicle. I'm sleeping. It's parked. I'm done for the night. So how do I gotta even pay for an inspector behind that?
Here's my question.
Y'all don't got a budget set aside for this? Crazy. I don't get that though.
Here's my real question. If you only have liability and somebody crashed to your car, I don't understand. Like, I mean, it's coverage, is it not?
Yeah, I thought with liability you still got coverage if somebody wrecks it. It's the other crap that comes along with full coverage or whatever like that. That's understandable, but
fire.
Yeah, like I don't understand. So it seems like nobody is accountable. Like insurance is like, I don't want nothing to do with it. The city like, nah, I'm good. And parties 3 and 4 and 2 like, nah, we's running. Like what?
And here you go left with hole in the bag.
Come on, and then you got to eat with that hand. Come on. You like I don't understand the the psychology behind it though.
I mean, to me it's crazy because they actually said to themselves, like, yo, you know what, man? we couldn't keep paying full coverage on the car, so we had to drop it down to liability, right? There's a couple things I don't like in this. One, the insurance company shouldn't get off the hook because my car is covered.
Absolutely not. Yo, first,
I gotta find out about that liability versus collision. So you mean to tell me my car is parked and somebody hits it? I don't like. I
forget about somebody hit it. The city done hit it.
Right.
They should have been right at their neck. Like, yo, hold on, y'all gonna have to. Somebody gonna have to pay for this. My customer's not paying for this though. How they not? That's what I'm saying. Like we spend all this dough on insurance, which is a scam, every single month. Or some people do every 6 months, whatever. And they turn around and just leave us in the dark.
Leave you in the dark.
Yo, where's that in the contract that I'm signing? Via email,
it's
e-signature.
It's in them little letterings.
Oh, the little letterings down there.
We do not cover this and we do not cover that. Shout to Clarence. He said nope, liability is no type of coverage. Just allows you to legally be on the road. Now you have to add collision. I did not know that.
Hold on. Son.
I did not know that. Shout to Marlon. He said liability covers the car you crash into and bodily damage for you and the other occupants of the vehicle. The city insurance company is liable if they had insurance to be given. That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
Apparently, these cops are driving without insurance.
Nah, come on, son. That don't even make sense. They can't even let them leave without that.
They the city though.
That's what I'm saying.
What they're gonna give each other a ticket?
But no, forget about that. I'm talking about okay. Vehicle number one, whatever that vehicle is, it has to be covered. They can't just pull out the spot undocumented unless they can, and then they should be extra liable for this then. So y'all run around, no insurance on this, crashing people's stuff up.
And like, yo, wasn't me. That sounds like a criminal in my opinion.
Yo, son.
Wasn't me, son. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, the car right there, fam. It got your badge in it.
Yo.
Nah, that ain't even mine, though.
As a matter of fact, the police went out on comp. They out on workers' comp because I'm injured after crashing into you. Matter of fact, I want to sue you.
Yo,
son, this is what I'm saying, son.
This is the problem. So, in the middle of this, right? I get that the high pursuit is it seemed like it's not working out for anybody.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Shout to Mark here before he said the city don't pay for nothing. I used to work no fault medical billing. New York City Transit Authority and other New York agencies don't pay a thing. If you even get them on the phone, they'll deny mostly all bills. Wow. That is a hustle and a half. And this is what I mean. So, of course, it's okay to pick up police chases.
I mean, at that point, sure.
So what happens if they were sitting in the car when this happened?
I wonder, does that change the story? Maybe not that much.
Oh, it'll change it in the beginning. But behind the scenes,
oh, yeah.
They're not paying for nothing.
Nah, son.
That is
You got
crazy.
Insurance, fam? You got health insurance? You good?
Wow. The city wrote a letter to the couple on January 24th saying, in reference to the above caption claim, please be advised that our investigation reveals that a third party may be responsible for your loss or injury. The letter then referred the couple to Hertz. I don't know what they're trying to say. If the people that they was driving was a rental or you need a car, go to Hertz.
Yo, or better yet, you trying to tell me vehicle number one had nothing to do with this? Because who's this third party?
Wow. Hertz is named as the party striking your vehicle in the police. Yo, son, now they pulling the Jedi mind trick. It wasn't the police. It was the Hertz car. Yo, they wilding.
Yo, not for nothing. This is why I do my very best to stay away from them.
Damn.
Son, you turn around, son, they can put a smoke and mirrors on you, son.
Yo.
And you just left out there like, yo, this is crazy.
Wow. So look, here's the problem, and we're gonna get, and this is crazy. According to the NYP police report obtained by Reezers, the owners of the vehicle, the car, they saying vehicle number 2, the car that the undercover vehicle T-Bone was a rental car from Hertz. However, the report makes no mention of that car, vehicle number 2, hitting Reezers' car. The only car that is mentioned as colliding with Reezers' vehicle is the police car. And now Adam Reeves is pissed. He's saying they're saying what happened didn't happen.
Oh, no.
That is crazy. Shout out to Mark Campbell before he said, if you get into an accident with someone and unable to obtain insurance from the other party, file a claim with the MVIAC. I don't even know what that is. But it looks like a great tidbit of information for anybody that's looking at the show right now. Make sure you take down on Mark Campbell for saying, because I'm gonna save. We saving the show regardless. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna make sure I'll get to this. Shout to Mark. He says, so the police car is rented. So that just throws everything into like, and it's like they gave them a whole look. They said, yo, they charged them. Oh my goodness. And this is where it gets really bad.
Yeah.
The city is also refusing to pay back the Reasons the $200 for the tow of the car, which was done by NYPD, as well as the $2,787 with the Reasons owing storage fees to the Autobot. They not paying nada.
Oh, man, son. So you expect?
Holy crap!
These people supposed to be protecting and serving.
They protecting and serving their pockets. Though.
Yes, huh?
And we don't mean the police. Let's make sure that we get this clear. I don't mean the officers.
Okay.
I mean the higher ups.
Sure.
That even think that this is cool to walk away. Now you understand why people don't want nothing to do with it. Shout to Mark. He put up the meaning. Motor Vehicle Accident Indemnification Corporation. Whoa. That's crazy. And this is why them high-speed chases in the city, they be like, nah. Or maybe they just be with it. Like, you know, we're going to crash to a car, so what? We go out on, and everybody knows if you're an officer and you driving, this is in the line of duty.
Yeah.
If you crash up a car, airbag somehow, you get hurt. And you know their comp is a little bit different from a lot of different companies. They get unlimited comp. They could be out for years.
Yeah.
So I don't want to kick too. I'm not kicking dirt on the officers. I'm just on the way that this is. Shout to S. We said all the more reason to get them out the city. That's a fact, man.
Nah, 100% right. But it's amazing though. Like, why y'all not being accountable? Again, like you said, it's not the officers. It's like, hold on, why y'all just letting this slide? Y'all ain't trying to give me my $200 back, neither.
They ain't trying to give you your bread back. Like, that'll make me up. Yo, like, call 7 on your side. I don't even know if they rocking with you. I got to look at it like this. If the NYPD is chasing a car and they hit this car, and in the midst of them hitting this car crashes into another car, but then the PD car crashes into yours, you're telling me that they are not liable. They do not, the city does not have to pay for the damage. That's crazy.
So you know what's wild? So if they're not paying for that, right? That means when you strike a pothole and you lose your whole front end, they're not taking care of that then.
No. Matter of fact, what they tell you to do at that point is you got to file a claim with the city. But if you can't pay for an accident, you mean tell me you're gonna give me a little $200, $300, $400 it costs to replace my front end? But yet and still you charging me every time. You charge me in my taxes.
Yes.
You charging me with the cameras. Like, yo, this is why I'm gonna tell you right now. This is why a lot of these big cities are folding.
Yeah.
Because people are cashing out and they letting them have it. And this place, I'm telling you, when you see stuff like this, it just lets it be known.
Yeah, that's reckless.
And now, like I said, God forbid if they were sitting in the car.
That's a whole nother one. That's what I mean.
What if they were just sitting there chilling, just pulled up? They smashed right into the car. It's crazy, son. That's crazy. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We just want everybody to be abreast of what's going on because our next story right here is going to bring a lot of this home because it looks like these are the kind of guys that they trying to catch. So for those who don't know, we had a guy out here street racing on IG, on Instagram, call himself Squeeze Ben.
Sheesh.
Boy, that the vernacular is crazy. It's uncanny. How can you but it is what it is. He taunted the cops on his social media. I know a lot of people watch the videos. Me, for one, I don't like those kind of videos because it's like I could just see the stupidity in your driving.
I never even seen it. I don't even, you know.
722,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
because that's how many people thought he was really doing the ill thing. Shout this out. An obnoxious street racing influencer was finally arrested after he filmed a series of videos taunting cops and high-speed stunts with expensive cars across New York City and New Jersey. Queens daredevil Antonio Ginestri, 19. He was 19 years old. Damn. Was nabbed last week after cops linked him to the popular Squeeze Benz account on Instagram and Twitter. And now he's facing a slew of charges for reckless driving and eluding police, highlighted by the videos he posted to his more than 1 million social media followers. So 700 over here, 300 over here. He was one of the most worst dudes out here. And if you've seen any of his videos, that's reckless. And he drove with a with a Pooh Shiesty mask on. I don't understand that. So this is the first time that everybody's really seeing this guy's face outside of the people who know him. Yeah. Dang, so he was one of the most prolific street racers in NYC, and he can't treat the Big Apple like the Indy 500. NYPD commissioner says. So apparently it was a joint. It was a joint task force from New York and New Jersey to corner this guy and catch him. And mind you, imagine sitting in the car with this cat. He's from Flushing. He got the Squeeze Benz videos. He's driving with a racing helmet, hitting speeds of over 130 miles per hour inside a BMW or Lamborghini. The video shows the driver recklessly driving on crowded public streets, spinning donuts around cop cars and blowing through countless red lights. One such video titled Squeeze versus Newark, pause. The vernacular is crazy. Shows the driver handing an unknown passenger a mock legal waiver before racing down the New Jersey. He made the dude sign a waiver. All right, I got it. That's enough.
Hold on, what? Yeah. He did what? He made somebody sign a waiver.
He said, "Yo, son, I need you to sign this for you get in the car." Taking a bus. Are you serious? There's silly people out here that would have signed a waiver to get in this man's car, God.
Yo, I think it says it all when you say he has 700 or 1 million altogether subscribers or whatever, or likes or follows. That says it all right there. That means people condone this though.
But that's not motorsport. That's not performance.
I don't know what that is. I think it's on the line of stupidity.
That is crazy.
And people are going for it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Is this not the car culture? This is not what it is? Because how can you think that is cool? Where's your mind not to even think that's cool? Like, yo, man,
he got a video where he doing the police is chasing him and he doing donuts, drifting, pointing at him with his middle finger. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? And now that they got you, nobody feels sorry for you. That's one. Followers don't mean nothing, right?
I mean, maybe they think they're gonna, put up some money and get them out.
Who? Them? They didn't put up bread when you was entertaining them. They just had to scroll up in social media. And see, this is what I'm talking about like, they're gonna start using this stuff against people. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you, if they start shutting down social media for stuff like this. Yeah. Not shutting it down because they're not going to stop those big companies, but they're going to start, you know what? You got an automotive show, podcast, rally, anything like that. You're going to have to go through stringent of things on your account. And if you start talking about something crazy, or if they see that you're doing something crazy, they're going to demonetize you. We set ourselves up for the fall every trip, and then we act like he's 19. It's crazy. Shout to Marlon. He said this makes it worse for those who just want to enjoy their vehicles because the class these dudes with everything related to performance. Yes. Shout to Draco. He said he got big, but he didn't know he should have stopped. And it's not part of car culture, bro.
I mean, when you think about it, you got all these people following you and liking your stuff. All you see is a car speeding. They think it's Need for Speed. They going for it. They going for it at this point. So maybe in some people's eyes, it's a part of the car culture, baby. That's it. And it was in the Benz.
I just can't understand. And it's like, so now they got his account that says Squeeze Benz, and they stamped apprehended on it, like wasted, like it was like Grand Theft Auto. It just goes to show at the end of the day, man, when it comes to like this running from the police thing and all that, you gotta start thinking to yourself, is it worth it?
and like you said, like, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this for to be cool? Is like we gotta now put our freedom on the line
for that.
To be cool.
For that. Nah. Damn. With that being said, we're gonna move right on. Y'all know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one here.
I'm telling you, man, S.I Shawn. I'm telling you, man, the automotive culture, the car thing, in certain areas, I would like to believe, it's going down the drain, son. That's it. And we wonder why you get harassed, you get on the bike, harassed, you got a cool car, harassed playing music.
But at the end of the day, this is what it is. They harassing you because of people like this.
And everybody, you know, got a million people going for it.
And then, and out of that million, how many of them think they could do the same thing? That's the problem.
That's what you got to worry about next. You got to worry about that next now.
Because now that, shout out to Draco, he said this generation gets dumb for likes. I'm telling you. They remind you of the kid that come running in the kitchen. Daddy, look at this, look at this. Mm-hmm. And then you finally watch them, they do some silly dance like, and you're like,
see, you know, the thing is, I kind of disagree because if this was possible 30 years ago, it'll probably be the same thing.
Somebody's
the same thing. Son.
Somebody's gonna do it.
Sure.
Look at the C7 Corvette that they caught. This dude's wilding.
Yeah.
Running from police just straight up. And it's like at the end of the day, and like I said, you could be fast.
Okay.
Probably not gonna be faster than the radio. Not gonna be faster than a helicopter. Yeah, we've seen Gone in 60 seconds. Yeah. There's no way a helicopter can't follow you at 160. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. So with that being said, y'all know we get down, man. It's the bearded one here. We're gonna step right into our next little segment. We do have some other things we want to talk about, but it looks like you kind of went over time with this.
You know what though, Bet on, man. It just, it irritates me, man. Like, it gotta go this way though. It gotta go this way. It's like we can't find no other outlets.
Mm-hmm. No,
we can't do it. I'm telling you, as the automotive, like, again, the community, like, we are not like together. We don't stand on nothing.
Nope.
We let everything slide. Not realizing it's trickling down to us. Those little nice Sunday drives you like to do, they're gonna stop that. They're gonna see a gang of your cars, they're gonna stop that.
Yo,
like, everything is gonna have the clamps, it's gonna be on everything.
That's how I was in the motorcycle community, and I point that out all the time. When I never knew how much scrutiny the motorcycle world was under. And I get it. There's a lot of dudes that's in the streets. They doing their thing, whatever. But you got a lot of dudes who just working dudes who want to ride their motorcycles. At the end of the day, you caught up in the suite. Many a times I got pulled 100%. Over off GP. Like, yo, you know what? Oh, it's a bike. They just want to see if you dirty. Some of them throw the lights on just to see if you gonna run. Ain't got nothing to do with they pulling you over. Watch this. Whoop. They want to see if you gonna run.
Watch this.
I'm telling you
to laugh, but
I wouldn't even believe it if I didn't see it.
Damn.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, this is the kind of stuff that makes it bad. Because as a bet that there is somebody like him in the car, there's 1,000 of them on bikes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's running and taping these runs and all of this. And you're like, yo, fam, y'all not doing nothing for the people who actually like working on their cars and bikes.
Because you know what? It's not really about that. It becomes an individual thing.
Yeah.
It becomes so individualized. Like, you know what? I don't even care about the community, the culture of it. Nah, man, I'm about to do this right. I'm about to set the lap right now. That's what it turned to.
I always say that. Like,
that's what it turned
it's crazy.
To, son.
Shout out to Mark Campbell. He said, to be fair, there's a YouTube video with Tommy G on Squeeze, and he knows how dangerous it was for him in the community. That swim team was trying to move to video game platforms. I
don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
Swim team. You know, that's what they call when they dipping through traffic now. They call it swimming.
Oh, I thought that was like, a couple kids in a swim class.
It sounds like it, right?
Yeah,
unfortunately, that is not it. But I will say, though, right? And when it comes down to it, it's just a dangerous game to play. It really is. It's like, you know what? You could really get caught up in something crazy. But with that being said, you know how we get down, man. We are an hour deep into the show. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You know how we get down. With that being said, we're going to move right on to the next segment of the show. You ready to get in?
Let's go.
Do it.
It's Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I Shawn.
Let's go. You already know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one. And now we're going to jump into a little bit of a lighter note, because it seemed like it was a little bit down for a little minute. You know, a lot of people don't want to talk about people running from police, but very interesting. And we're going to get back to it too. for our driver's etiquette. Is running from the police worth it? Does the pros outweigh the cons? Y'all can answer that in the comments below. But with that being said, you know how we get down, tech talk, and this is gonna get interesting. All of you cats,
okay,
that's out here running around in the Honda Civic Sports manual trying to take all the Type R parts, you got a real problem.
Yeah,
I said it. You got a real problem coming up. If you got a Civic Sport or anything like that,
so you gotta let them live, son.
No, son, I'm shooting. Bang, bang,
yeah,
I'm shooting. Shit.
Yo, some of them be clean. They do a clean design.
I get it. Raised SUV style, all that. I don't care. Well, the 2025 Honda Civic hatchback loses its manual transmission.
Dang, son.
If you want the 3 pedals, the SI and Type R still have you covered. Other than that, no more manual for a regular Honda Civic. This is a milestone.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I never thought I'd see the day, but you couldn't jump in a EX Civic Sport.
Oh, who we got? Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Let's go, Miller Town. Let's go.
Miller.
Let's go.
Can y'all hear Miller Town? Let me know if you can hear him. Go ahead, Miller. Uh-oh. You lose him? Miller.
Miller Town.
We can hear you. I don't know if everybody else can hear you. Hey, let us know. Can y'all hear Miller?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear the caller? Oh, no, they can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Yes. And you hear everything on the app? I think so too. They're trying to shut us down. They don't want us living out here. Hold on. Let me see if we can kind of fix this thing here. Let me see if we could fix the audio, because I want everybody to hear what you're saying. Let me see. Ring and everything else is pretty much good. That I don't understand. Let me see. I don't hear anything else. Hey, Miller, you still there? Hey, Miller. Hold on. Hey, Miller, you can hear us? Oh, I feel like we lost Miller.
Yo, you know what though?
Feel like we lost Miller. Yo,
We
Miller.
definitely lost him.
Uh-oh.
It's going in the wind right now.
Miller time. Yeah, he can't hear.
Yeah, he's over.
Our phones are the worst right now. We got to figure out what's going on here. Miller, if you can hear us, yo. Miller. Oh, no. We lost him.
Well, Miller, if you can hear back.
Call us back, Miller. If you can hear us, call us back. Oh, he hung up. Okay. In the meantime, this sucks. I really want to hear what everybody has to say.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what's wild? They lose the manual transmission.
Yes.
But guess what though? New CVT transmission option, new hybrid engine. But wait though, 2.0 liter, electric motors, 200 horsepower of Turks.
Wait, say it again because I'm lost.
Okay. A new engine option. It's a hybrid. 2 liter.
Right.
3 electrical motors putting out 200 horsepower and 238 foot-pounds of Turks.
And this is what they're coming out with.
The new joint, yeah.
This is they new what?
Civic Sport Touring and hatch.
But it's to CVT.
They didn't even put a torque converter, it's just CVT.
Just run it out.
just run it out.
Shop the Miller time. I see you call back again.
Yo, we can't even hear it though. Oh man, y'all. You gotta pardon us. We having some phone difficulties right now.
Yeah, this is the worst. This is the worst. Let me see something. Oh, there we go. Look, we got a little test back. Look, we got some ears back. Hey, Miller, give us a call.
Oh man,
give us a call, Miller. If you hear us, give us a call. Shout to everybody tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate y'all. So the thing is, right?
Yeah,
this is a big deal. Because it's gone are the days of buying a cheap manual car.
Damn.
They're charging you for that now. Because they already told you that the S.I and the Type R is the only way you're going to get manual.
Yeah, they already eliminated the S.I coupe. Oh,
damn.
On top of that.
So with that being said, the only way that you could get a manual is if you go for the high performance. And that's almost with every breed of car that we have now.
See, listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand it's a small percentage of the Honda Civic sales, right, for the manual. But still, like, they now have separated themselves, like you just said, from the affordable manual car entry level.
Yes.
If you wanted to get in the game.
Yes.
Like, how do you?
So now you can't make it happen.
And see, and that's why I always thought Honda was cool, because Honda always offers something like that. Like, now, you could get yourself a 6-speed, 5-speed or something.
Right.
Not like this, I can't forget about it. I don't know. But on a lighter note, though, it's a hybrid, the new ones.
I will say this, when it comes down to it, man, right now, manual is really, it's really a lost art.
See, and I thought manuals was making a comeback, but
they are, but they understand.
They not.
They understand how to make it happen. What they're gonna do is we're gonna charge you. We're gonna charge you. It's the same thing with cell phones. Remember with cell phones when it was free nights and weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. But during the day, you was paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened? People started to realize instead of making phone calls, they can make a text.
Mm-hmm.
And remember how long it took to do a text? They still was doing it. So what they do? They went from the free nights and weekends, give you unlimited, but we're gonna charge you for the messaging. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Then they went from people checking their emails off the little bit of internet that they was getting. They starting to realize people sending more messages, BlackBerry messages. So now we're gonna charge you for the internet, and the texts and the phone calls are free.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
On top of that, side note, my T-Mobile bill just went up.
Yeah, for what?
Extra 5 beans for each line.
Really?
Yeah, but they say, you know what though? We'll let you keep everything, but we're gonna charge you more. I was like, yo,
I don't want it. I'm telling you, kid, yo, everything is
going up. What's going on?
Everything is going up. We call him.
I try to talk to the job, like, yo.
All right, we calling Miller back, yo. We don't really call people back.
We don't.
Hello.
Miller, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you. Let's see if the audience can y'all hear Miller? Can y'all hear Miller too? Let us know if you can hear him. Miller, shout to Miller. Can y'all hear? We trying to get some response back. Let us know if you can hear Miller. What's up, Miller?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh man,
happy belated birthday to S.I.
Appreciate you, man.
You got him a nice. Hopefully, you got a nice gift like a good fix mic.
Yeah, that was a little wild, but.
Shout to Miller, and you loud. Everybody can hear you. So what's going on, Miller? What it is?
Good. Radio Land. What's up? Long time no see. I still, like I said earlier, Facebook has shut me out. They won't let me talk to you guys.
Wow.
I can't get through on the video. I don't know what's going on. They need to update my phone, but yo, y'all are getting too deep in this stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's like watching the Reacher saga on whatchamacallit.
Yo, you want to laugh, right? I got a message from Facebook. They was telling me about live and how soon you won't be able to go live unless you do X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, first off, they won't let us show the show in the group anymore. They stopped that, right? They changed the API, so they won't allow us to do that. It seems like the only way to really, really get to the show is going to be YouTube for the time being. But we are working on our website. We will have www.gutterballrally.com where you can just tune right in. And that actually works for us because obviously us having our own website, it will work for us, for people coming through. We're going to have a lot of different things going on over there too. Yeah. You're going to be able to listen to the older shows. We're going to have merch. We actually working on shirts, hats. We got some other things. We got a lot of things going on. Shout to Gutterball Rally and Rally Radio. Shout to Marvin. He said Cobra Commander. He definitely has something to do with that. But believe it or not, our X account, our Twitter X or whatever account, people are signing up. Way more people are tuning into the show. So shout to you, Miller.
Let's
We
go.
appreciate you.
Hey, I've been pushing to get people to listen to you guys. There's a couple of colleagues at work, especially one. I was telling him about you guys. I wanted him to listen to the episode where the exhaust cameras were in play, because he has a beautiful ride, and he's a young fella. He's a little young, but he's a young guy that loves his cars.
He got an Evo. He got a
He's got a
Mitsubishi.
Charger. He's got a Charger. He's got a Charger. He ain't playing.
Tell him to tune
in,
in,
dude.
Because this summer's gonna be interesting.
I have him. He doesn't tune in because he's midnight like me. But what I tell him, I say, look, they run it back, so you can catch the playback. And I was telling him about the exhaust story that you told, and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" He started cussing and like he was in the studio flipping, breaking, and carrying.
Ronald with him.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Ronald with him. You can't bring Ronald nowhere, son. Yo, so you can't bring Ronald nowhere, B.
Right? Yeah, man. But I've been trying to push everybody to listen to you guys, because it's like y'all need to know what's going on out here in the streets of New York.
We appreciate
that.
Absolutely,
100%.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
The best thing I need to do is just leave town.
Yo, but you know what though, Miller? You know what? I feel like a lot of it, like the city, I feel like the city we'll never be able to get back. I feel like, you know what? I'll be totally honest with you. The stronghold that a lot of these politicians have and the people that they have is just really no way. And then the fact that a lot of these car guys are down with some of the stuff that they're doing is really hurting what we do. I will say this, however, the more we drive, this summer itself is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is going to be the first summer that they're going to have exhaust cameras, speed cameras. They're going to have everything popping now.
Yeah. It's going to be
it's like a camera brigade.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war against the driver.
Yes,
that's what it is.
It really is
a full-fledged war against the driver, and the driver is going to lose.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking?
And even if you abide by the rules, it's going to cost you more on your transmission, because now you're going to be doing 15 miles an hour, and you they're going to have speed bumps, and you're going to have traffic lights where you're going to be sitting there for at least a minute before you can step on the gas, and you barely can do that. So now you're stressing your transmission and your engine even more. Go, stop, slow down. Go, stop, slow down.
Yeah, but that's what they want you
to do. What are you going to do? And then you can't get on the highway, because now they're talking about you're going to have speed cameras on 87.
Yes.
And if they work, they're going to have speed cameras on these other highways.
Yeah.
And you really don't need them, because there's so much freaking congestion already on the Gowanus, on the BQE.
Yes.
You can't
the
go.
Van Wyck.
The L, the
La. You can't. Right. You can't do anything as it is already. So when you finally get to open up your truck or your car, you're gonna have to be outside. You're gonna have to be outside the city limits.
So here's another thing that I was just saying to everybody else. Shout to Miller. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
For us to think that they're gonna stop the exhaust cameras at regular city streets, we are all being fooled. Because remember, they're gonna put them on the highway.
At least the entry points.
They're going to put them exhaust cameras on the highway.
Entry and exit points, absolutely.
And when they do, that's it. When they put the exhaust cameras on the highway, that's it.
And the funny thing is, that dude that owned that 911, he was set up, because when he came out of the tunnel, he probably never really came out of the tunnel, because there was a light sitting right there. And as soon as that light changed, he stepped on the gas.
And they got
it. Because the tunnel just exponentially shot it even louder.
That's a fact.
That's why he got it.
That's a fact. And you know what? And then the fact of what he saw. First of all, shout to my guy Seneca. He's in the building early. Shout to my guy. He said, I'm going to play Hellcat straight pipe noises under those speakers when Teslas pass by. I love it.
That's mad funny.
I love it.
That's mad funny.
That is hilarious. Every time they... Gotcha.
but now it's gonna be difficult though, because now they got those little red dots where they can tell where the noise is coming from.
So that was the extra part to it. When this guy was driving through there, he had, mind you, Miller, he had money to fight the case.
Yeah,
he took it all the way upstate, and they was like
two times,
and they showed him the video, it freeze framed and it put 5 red dots around his car showing where the sound came from. So you know Rally Radio went and did some homework. Do you know
what did you find?
So to find out, first off, these cameras are very expensive.
100%.
They're made it with about 8 to 10 different microphones around them, right? Now the thing is not that it necessarily it hears you, but it puts the camera on a direction where it hears, and then those mics zoom in and they figure out where the noise is coming from. And those red dots are those microphones that's pinpointing, and what it does is it pinpoints in a circle where you are, and that's how they get you. Now, before, they would send you a summons in the mail where you had to go to the sheriff and actually have them look at your car, and they would tell you to rev your car to 4,000 RPM. And if they felt that your DBs was over 85 decibels, then you got the $800 ticket. They've done away with all of that.
Yeah, because Ben also mentioned that at that point in time, you could go get that situated.
Yes.
They're like, nah, we can't give them time. Why would we do that?
Right. So gone are the days of if this is an exhaust ticket or a noise complaint or something like that, you got to see, if I fixed it, they don't care. Because when I got an exhaust ticket before, went to my people, got a receipt saying that I fixed the exhaust, they had to cancel the ticket. They canceled.
He was like, nah, we ain't going through that again.
They're not doing that
anymore. Nah, they stopped that.
So my thing is, the only way that the city makes money is if they hide these cameras. Because if they don't, remember, they only got 5 or 8 of them.
Supposedly.
These cameras are about $35,000 to $45,000 a piece, Miller.
Which is amazing because
they're gonna try their best to recoup that.
So here's the thing, Miller. They wrote 214 exhaust camera tickets and 174 loud honking tickets. For those that think they're getting away with the horn or the music, no, they got you too. Right?
The horn too?
They got them too. So now, if you do that math real quick, what's 214?
That was 175.
So with that, now do that times 800. That still don't cover the cost of them cameras. So this is why they don't want you to know where they are, because if you know where they are, you're not gonna drive them.
No, hold on. Just the exhaust tickets alone covers the camera because those are 175,000.
No, they only wrote 174. Right. They only wrote 174 tickets, though.
No. That was for the horn, you said. The exhaust one was 214, you said, right?
Right. No, 214.
Yeah, that's 175,000. They already made the money back.
Look at that.
There you go. Now it's going to be, that money is going to go to more cameras in other locations.
And now they talking about by September of 2025, there will be exhaust cameras everywhere. This is the stuff they don't be saying.
But you know what? They are saying it. You know why? Because they're saying it through other means. Listen to the announcement. It's Fleet Week. It's Memorial Day. It's a Memorial Weekend. The unofficial start of summer. The writing is on the wall, fellas.
Damn, he got a point.
Think about it. You got a point. The writing is on the wall. They're telling you, now be careful now. You can't be doing this and this, and you can't be doing this and the other. But they don't mention the other stuff that they don't want you to know about, as you just said.
Right.
So guess what? They're going to make that money this summer. You know they will, right?
They're going to make it.
Because you're going to have clowns out there that don't care.
That's a fact.
The ones that don't care are the ones that's making us pay more. They don't
100%.
freaking see it.
You know what though? Me personally, my defense is always going to be that this is class warfare. Because I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what? You want to charge me an $800 ticket, but if I have an electric vehicle that I can't afford, I won't get this ticket because it won't make that much noise.
Don't worry, they'll figure out something else.
Yo, Miller, and that's my problem. They sit there trying to figure out how to steal instead of dealing with those that steal.
Well, if you can't beat them, then join them.
But like you said earlier, these people don't care.
They don't care.
The ones that get caught, I'm sorry. I know it's a family show.
Let's go.
But they don't give a fuck.
It's
The ones that don't give a fuck are the ones that are costing us.
He said it.
I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
He said it one more time, Miller. People don't give up. That's it.
That's it. That's it, B.
I'm gonna have to bleep myself out.
It's okay. We can fix it later.
It's okay.
But I will say you're 100% right.
And then, even though it's an unofficial start, guess what's next? The 4th of July.
Oh,
now, how is the city of New York gonna differentiate the difference between what an exhaust is doing and what an M80 is doing? And how many M80s can they throw out there right by that exit?
How about if a couple M80 just ended up next to this camera?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Look,
I don't know what you're talking about. This is family radio. I don't condone vandalism of any kind.
Allegedly.
Right?
That is we're gonna have to get that sound effect.
I'm just saying.
I will say
I
this.
digress.
I will say this, Miller, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, when the summer hits, we really gonna when a lot of this stuff is really gonna be apparent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because with speed cameras stopping people at 20, 25 miles an hour, trying to drop it down to 10, my motorcycle don't even take off at think about it. Think about that.
Jesus.
So now you're talking about Harleys, you're talking about choppers, you're talking about
everything.
You're talking about everything.
And they most of them come stock.
Yep.
They come stock. You're not even modifying it at all.
This city is rolling up their sleeves against those. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is really like why I say it's class warfare.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it's always the blue collar worker, the hard worker, the guy who go to work that's gonna end up paying for this. You think these rich dudes care?
Absolutely not.
They don't even drive themselves. They don't even drive themselves. They don't care.
They get driven. They get driven.
So it's just something to think about, man. I just want everybody to know. One thing in particular is that Rally Radio did we was telling people from Jump Street.
Yeah,
we was like, yo, be careful.
Yeah, let's get this together.
Let's get it together. Our next thing we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to get a whole petition together and bring it to those. See, these are the people that we vote for, the ones that are really pulling the trigger on a lot of these things. These are the people that, because you know why? The people who got put in these noise complaints, those are the ones. Like, think about what a noise complaint really is. Like I could hear an exhaust in the middle of the night from my house. I live close to the southern state. I live close to Sunrise. But do you think not only me being a car guy, but it ain't that bad. But you know what? I also live near JFK.
Yeah.
And planes, they direct the planes from taking off in different places so that there's not so much noise on one neighborhood. You think that bothers me? No. Because I lived in New York my whole life.
What about the train?
The train. Look, I lived in New York City my whole life. There's no. Go ahead.
Train right outside my window.
Hill Street Blues. Shout to my guy Bill, man. My guy Bill, he always share the show. I gotta make sure I shout him out. Shout to my guy Bill, man. Shout to my guy, man. AKA William Gooden. Shout to my guy Bill. I can't front. He lived in a spot that was near the train, and we used to crack on him. We was like, yo, it's like Hill Street Blues. Because every time a train passed by, it was like, he was like, God damn. You look out the window, you can see the wheels of the damn train. You're like, yo, son, this is crazy.
You got the China phone off the walls.
Yo, he be sitting
down
on
the floor.
He be sitting down eating the lamp fall. He just catch it and put it back without a problem. But that's my guy. Shout to my guy Bill, man.
Let's go, Bill.
William Goody. I love him. I miss him, man.
That's a fact. Let's go.
But I will say he lived there. And it was like Hill Street Blues. He was like, yo, son, this is crazy. So it's like, yo, some people just live near noise. There's nothing. It's New York City.
So let me ask y'all this. So y'all think the ones who's really putting these noise complaints, and you think they're like, they think they lived in New York their whole life, or like they're people that just moving in, like, you know what, we making a couple dollars.
Nope.
Damn.
I believe it's a combination of both.
Do you?
I believe it's a combination of both. Yeah. Come on, man. Let's be real. I mean, Pop already explained it. He said, look, most people that were born and raised here are used to it. The ones that are moving in here, they're not ready for it. And then they don't know how to handle it. So what do? They're calling 311.
Yo, do you remember, in our hoods, right? Let's keep it a buck. And this is what I'm saying. Like, we even call 911. I know it sounds foul. I know it sounds crazy. Cats will get whipped out on the street and just go about your business. You get up, damn man, it was crazy. You got your head whooped. Keep it pushing. You're gonna see Billy tomorrow. You're gonna square up again. This is a weird city that we living in right now, where dudes would rather pull out a biscuit instead of putting their hands up. I'm telling you, it's a weird city. And if they have their way, Miller, if they have their way,
I mean, if they further have their way, because they have their way right now,
it's gonna be rich and poor, bro. It's gonna be Gotham City, bro.
Yeah, so I can see that.
It is. It is. I mean, you get on the train, no one is paying, and then they want to gripe about the homeless person that's stretched out in the car.
Come on, bro.
And then they tell me, like I'm going to do something, and I'm like, do I look like NYPD? You got the letters confused. I am NYPD, not NYPD. There's a difference. I don't carry a badge and I don't carry a gun. Had I had a gun, I would be in jail. Sorry, that's just the truth. They can't let conductors and train operators have guns.
Yo, Miller, you want to laugh?
What about tasers?
You want to laugh? When I was a conductor, man, allegedly.
Allegedly a conductor.
People used to hop the turnstile and be like, yo, hold the doors for me. I was like, I will not.
I know that's right. Let them cats run into that door as it's closing.
Not even. I'll be like this. I'll just shut it down early. They be over the okay, boom, boom. Try to go to the boom, boom. Yo, what happened? I put the window up.
Yeah, I put the window.
Don't know what to tell you, fam. Pay your fare. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's annoying. I don't mean to go off on a tangent. I know we got a whole rest of the show. We wilding, Miller. Yo, we wilding. But it is true. Shout to you, Miller. Shout to you for consistently calling, man. And I think we figured out the problem with the phone.
Oh, man.
And we are back. Don't forget, if you want to tune in and you can't get us on Facebook, tune into the Bars and Hoops Radio app. Shout to my guy, Miller, once again for the good plug. We appreciate you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? YouTube, Gutter Ball Rally. And don't forget gutterballrally.com because it will be live. Not live yet, but it will be. Miller, we appreciate you, my brother.
Do you have a small time frame of when that will be?
So I want to say this. I am not a web designer by any means. But I have been working on this thing for a couple months. But I will say within the next month, we will be up and running with live show on the site.
Great.
Let's go.
That's
live
great.
show
Great.
on the site. That is our goal. And on top of that, we'll be able to like direct people to our social media. We'll be able to. We're working on merchandise. One of the things that's one of the things we wanted to do here, but just mainly produce the show. We haven't been thinking about nothing else but the show, making sure that we getting out pertinent information to the people. Because at the end of the day, we could call ourselves a podcast, but we are really giving out this automotive news the best we can.
100%.
I would say 3 hours. Start at 11. Start at 11.
You know what? We got to talk to management about that. We got to talk to station management now. We got to talk to a couple of people, but if it can happen, it will. If we could break it up, if we could break it up.
Don't work. No. I know where you work. I will make a stop.
Well, I tell you what, don't make a stop down there. Make a stop down there for good reasons. Pause. Make a stop down there for good reasons. Don't come down there for the bad ones because we see them all.
That's right.
With that being said, Miller, we appreciate you for tuning in. We're gonna finish off strong. Yo, we appreciate you, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I'm always willing to listen and learn and try to pass it on if I can.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. Let's go. All right, Miller.
All right.
Resident Ford.
Be good. Be safe. Be careful out there.
Oh, before you get off the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I heard they done knocked down the price of that F-150 Lightning 15,000 to 20,000. They said they just trying to get rid of them.
Nope.
That's my
Nope.
see,
Nope.
You know what,
I
Miller?
think it was one. I think it was a story that I came across on the internet where somebody they were doing a nice test run. They were going for a drive, and they lost. They went to a charging station, and for some reason the truck was not taking a full charge, and they had to get a tow from a flatbed. Oof. I ain't going that route.
Sheesh.
Nope, ain't gonna happen. I will get a hybrid if I want to, but that's as far as I'm going with that.
My man,
that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about.
With that being said, Miller, we're gonna finish strong. Appreciate you once again, man. We're gonna get up with
you. Thank you for calling me back. I never had a radio station call me back before.
We owed it to you.
Yeah,
we owed it. Once we got the phones working, I said we got it. He called twice. I said we got to call him back. We appreciate you, kid.
All right, guys. Carry on. Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
Will continue.
Peace.
Let's go.
Later. With that being said, we are back live on the air for the phone calls, that is, though. We ain't got much time, but we're going to push it. You know how we get down, man. So with that being said,
let's go.
Like I said, no more Civics with manual. We're going to move right along. That's because reckless. There was one more thing there was two more things we want to talk about here. Aston Martin.
Ooh,
shout to Aston Martin.
One more time. I don't think people have heard that.
Aston Martin. Yeah. We got to say that with a little bit of piss posh.
Nah, you have to.
Aston Martin. Aston Martin throws shade at V6 supercars because customers love V8s and V12s.
Ooh.
I said, S.I Shawn gonna have a field day with this. I said, we're gonna talk about this. They said V6s offer exceptional performance, but don't deliver the emotional experience Aston Martin clientele desires.
So you got wait, hold on. You know what's funny? They said that though, because you noticed they didn't say flat six though.
They didn't say flat.
They didn't say flat six now.
They didn't say flat.
However,
six.
Though
they did say V6.
That is a shot. That's definitely a shot. But one thing I gotta say about Aston Martin, man, like they are definitely a different auto manufacturer, though. B. However, though, they do borrow engines from AMG Benz.
They do.
That's a little.
Hold on, because we got some jokes riding around here in the comments, and I got to put them up. Shout to Senegal. He said Adams out here moving like a black Giuliani. I missed the old.
A black Giuliani.
Yo, that was hilarious. Continue on. So my thing is, they didn't say flat six.
They didn't say flat six, right? And that's interesting though, because the V6s they do a pretty good job.
Yes.
Right? But however, they are taking a shot at that Roma though, because that Roma's a V6 twin turbo, right? That's not an inline in that Roma Ferrari.
That Ferrari got a 6?
Yeah. That Roma's a 6. Also, they all referring to, if I'm not mistaken, I think they also talking about the new Maserati Gran Turismo. I think that's also a twin turbo 6 in there.
So you know how I feel about the Maseratis.
Hold on, man. I gotta slow you down, man. Them Maseratis is hot.
Vehicular treason right now.
Nah, you are. Listen, you probably talking about
1. The cheapest expensive car out there.
Nah, so you can't say that. I think you really referring to the Ghiblis. I think you might be
the
referring
fact
to
that you named a car a Ghibli. I'm through. Anyway, but I will say this, however, right?
Yeah.
When you look at Aston Martin and you think about, first off, they're saying they're sticking with the V8 and V12. And like I said, you know, we talk about our top automotive companies.
Yeah.
And we rarely bring up Aston Martin, and we should.
No, you don't bring up Aston Martin.
I
bring up Aston Martin every chance I get. Actually, downstairs in the basement on my on one of my walls, I drew Aston Martin on it.
Boy, this guy's hilarious.
I'm
gonna tell you like this. He be switching, yo.
Let the bitter one tell you.
Yo, right when he be driving, switch right off. Like, nah, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't never say that. You be like, but in the midst of it, just the V8 and V12 in itself, we've seen Aston Martin put out. They put out that animal with the 12.
Oh man, all advantages is crazy.
Yes. And
V12 Vantage.
This is the statement of Alex Long, Aston Martin, head of product and marketing strategy. He said, it's not just about going as fast as I can. I do want some emotion on the way. I want some real sound and rumble. And I want to know and think and say it's a V8 or V12 because V8s and V12s have generally been reserved for very special and interesting products. Whereas V6s very much aren't in the premium segment. Ooh.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. He is on to something though. He is though. Cause when you think about it, right? Let's go back to the Ferrari F40. What was in there? Twin turbo V8.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, that's what I mean. That's premium right there.
It's premium.
I don't know, but his. You know, my thing is though, everybody want to conserve fuel. Everybody's concerned with fuel mileage.
I'm not.
No,
never been.
No, we're not. But these manufacturers are concerned with that. That's why, like you said, you got Ferrari over here dropping a twin turbo 6 and something.
Oof. Twin turbo V's. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a very tough debate.
Here we go.
And the reason I say that is because there are some nasty twin turbo V6 animals out there.
No, it is though, but for it to be exotic though, it's a little different now. Right? You gotta think about it. Think about it though. Like so you trying to tell me, right? Y'all can answer in a comment too. What's more exotic to you though? An 8 or a 6? Flat or V? That I think that's the question. It's like, what's more? We're not even getting about the 10s and the 12s and the 16s. Forget about that.
Right.
That V6 though, or that 8? Like, what's more like, yo, I got or it's better yet, like, how much torque you got?
I can't front. When you hear the 6, you go like, shout to Seneca again. This guy is hilarious. He said he just called the V6 a Spirit airline of supercar.
Yo, you gotta be real with it though. Like we talking about supercars, not like just sports cars.
No, I'm sorry, son.
I ain't from my side hurt from that one. That was funny, son. That was funny, B. He's funny. 100%.
I will say this, right? You got some animals out there, man.
All right. No, we can't argue that it's not animals out there though.
All right. You got me. You can't argue that.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear V12, the first thing that comes to my mind is expensive.
Really? That's the first thing you think about?
Sure. Outside of the performance, outside of how much horsepower this thing probably makes.
Really?
How much does it cost to maintain? That is
what I think about? I ain't gonna lie. I think when I hear V12, I just think about what kind of sound does it make? I don't know. I think about all that crazy stuff later on, but like, what does it sound like?
But I've always been a V10 guy. The 12 is just over. I'm sorry. The 12 is like
that 12 is monstrous though. That's like, yo, we got
V12 in this. Like I went to this one,
like Smokey Nagata with the Supra.
Come on, son.
That was reckless.
I went to a car show at what was it? Baldwin Park. Guy had a Lamborghini Diablo SV, nasty.
Ain't those V12?
I was like this, and the nerve, like it was like a burgundy with a yellow the yellow V. You know how they put the
SV on the side, right up on that quarter panel on the back.
He was like, "Yeah, I bought this from Monterey Beach auction," and I was like, "Oh, bruh, I gotta get out of here." Stuff like that's so he is right about that. There's a certain prestige that comes with the V8 or V12 because let's be honest, certain
emotion, like he said, it's emotion based too, though. Like it's when you in one of those, right? Son, the experience is gonna be completely different, bro.
How about this? You pull up,
okay. You
see the Hellcat,
8 supercharged, okay,
392,
okay, 6.4 V8
SXT. Yo, the reaction you just gave me.
But wait though, is the SXT done up though? Good set of wheels on it, big brake. Is it done up though with the 6 inside, or is it just SXT?
I don't care.
Wait, mounted with a supercharger or just? Because I'm saying, because it can't just be an SXT up there with 315 horsepower.
He got lights under the car.
Damn. Son.
Boom, boom, boom.
See, you right though.
So it makes a difference. It does. When you looking at when you going, like when I went to get the Hellcat I wanted to get.
Yeah.
I could have walked out of there with something else. But it just says something when you come in the V8 monster or the V6. Think about it. Even the Cadillac CTS5 V Black Wings 4 and 5. When you think about them, right? At the end of the day, which one you think is selling more? The V8. It's a fact. The V8 is selling more. When you look at the Jag, the F-type Jag, which one you think sold more?
That V8 one.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's also just really like we said the other week on the show. It's not all about the power, right? It's not all about the horsepower. It's also about that different level of emotion on top of everything else you're gonna get out of it. It's a different
Ford
level.
Mustang GTD, EcoBoost, or V8 Voodoo, and there's nothing to talk about. Like, he's exactly right. He said 6 cylinders just don't suit Aston Martin. What a shot. Damn. He said, listen, y'all could do that. That is just below us. Oh, no. He made me just want to just buy a V8 off GP. I don't even, like, the disrespect is uncanny with his words.
You know, it's a lot of shots out there also about, like, 4 cylinders.
Of course.
It's disgusting.
Look, he took one. He said, while Ferrari and McLaren have embraced the V6, Aston Martin isn't ready to lose a pair of cylinders. And it has nothing to do with performance. While small capacity motors have proven themselves to be strong performers, customers aren't interested if it comes at the loss of an emotional connection.
See what I'm saying?
And he said one only needs to look at the poor sales of the electrified C63 4-cylinder. He's right.
That's Mercedes, man. Mercedes, they down in the dumps. Yeah. They down in the dumps.
You know, I every time I try to relive Mercedes' glory days, like the SL 500.
See, you know the thing is, man,
Twizzy.
This is the problem. Like
the 600.
When they
come on,
when Mercedes decided to dump their 8s and be like, yo, we're gonna make these electrified 4 cylinders. What?
You heard a giant fall in the forest, like boom. Yo, you think about it, at one point, Benz was putting out mean V12s, kid.
V8s or V12s?
They was putting out V12s too at one point.
They had a few of
them.
They
had a few of them. But we talking about a company that's not Aston Martin.
Hold on, wait. No, those Mercedes V12s was pretty hot.
I was about to say.
Those was crazy.
That
you're right.
SL 600.
How about the what is it? The SL 73?
Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Think about it.
I ain't gonna front. They was doing something with that.
Think about which one is that? The SL, the Hammer version. The SL6, the SL600 Hammer version, like in 19.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
They was putting out animals, but they just started to die down because you know what? People wasn't spending the money. And we talked about that before.
Yeah, but because that's not their client base then, I guess, right? Customer base, whatever you want to call it, whatever fancy word you want to use.
I would like to believe that anybody who's going in a Mercedes-Benz dealership is not only looking at the outside of the car, but they definitely popping the hood for the inside.
Nah, I think whoever's going there, they definitely looking at the outside and the outside only. And maybe the inside, the interior, you're right, the creature comforts, the vibrating seats, you know, like the soft touch materials. Yeah, that's cool. The luxury is nice.
I can't front.
That's it. You was about to get one.
No, I can't front.
Cylinder.
No. That's one of the reasons why I like the S550. Because at the end of the day, not only got all of that, then you pop the hood, it's like twin turbo V8, bruh.
But this is why for me, Beamer always was on top. Because they was about business. When it came to the autos.
What car are they now?
They ain't about business now, but that's what I'm saying. Like when they was about business.
Nah, but they were still taking L's at Benz. Yes, sir.
When? Sir. When was they taking L? When?
I tell you, bro.
When? Who?
Look. Listen. There was a point where BMW really took off once they started really putting out their M3s and M5. The M5 was really the game changer. M5 and
no, it wasn't. Because the M3 was the game changer. When Benz thought they could compete when the first M3 dropped. When that happened, That changed the whole thing, son. M3 went from 4 to 8 to 6 back to 6. That's what I'm saying, son.
Shout out to Seneca. He said, what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6? Energy, Cox, you beat it. Remember that from Jay-Z record? What's the difference? You know what the difference is, fool.
That's
With that
fact.
being said, we have reached, oh man, we got so much we want to talk about. Unfortunately, it is now 2 p.m. We don't want to hold nobody.
That's a fact.
Over on a beautiful Saturday. But you know how we get down, man. We got so much. This Ford GTD. We're going to talk about this too. Ford Mustang GTD gears up for European debut in Nürburgring lap time. First and foremost, this the car. Is this the one you were saying was you like the design?
The Ford GTD looks actually hideous, but it's great. I love the engineering behind it. The rear suspension setup is disgusting, I tell y'all. The way the shocks and the struts and everything is configured, son, is reckless. Another thing I do like about the car is that the rear spoiler is not mounted on the trunk. It's mounted on the pillars, like high up on the pillars, like halfway down the rear window, which is pretty hot. That's other than that, I'm good.
Really?
I'm good. And it has a wicked engine. That's it. I'm good.
5.2 liter supercharged.
800
hertz per.
Oh, you know
Man.
what? You know what's crazy? I don't see no Hellcat nowhere around that one right there, son.
Shout. That's I didn't like that. That was vehicular treason.
But you know what's crazy? The GTD is only truly after the GT3 RSs and
it's going after
real cars, race cars.
Ooh.
Race cars.
You know what I watch? You know, it's funny you say that, right?
Race
Because I watched a interview with Tim Kaniskis, who's recently retired. For those that don't know, we did put out a little video on that. Don't forget to check out our reels, like and subscribe to reels. You already know what it is. And he talked about how, you know, they have cars in certain spaces like track cars. And he said, but how many of them are really in the quarter mile space? None of them. He said, that's where we gonna grow. He said, at the end of the day,
yeah, but the Shelby was murdering those though. But carry on though.
Murdering what? With the
Hellcats, all that.
With the automatic transmission?
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the 14 500s and down. I ain't talking about those. So you remember that last one put out 662?
What was it, the Mustang?
The GT 500, 662 before the Hellcat was even hit.
Okay, then the Hellcat was like,
and still was getting in the Hellcat.
Go 700.
It still wasn't doing nothing in a quarter mile because they weigh about 10,000 pounds. But anyway, though, carry on, man. Tim Kaniskis.
The M3 came about due to Benz. They couldn't see what I'm saying.
No.
Here we go.
No.
This guy, look,
this
M3 guy here
obliterated the Benz.
Yeah, it came about because the Benz was busting their heads.
No, they wasn't. The Benz wasn't doing nothing.
Come on.
It wasn't doing much.
Come on. You don't buy that. But I will say this, however.
Mercedes-Benz is not performance cars.
This 2025 Ford Mustang GTD Fastback. First off, there's no more room to order one. All the orders have been filled.
Yeah.
To me,
they like at 3,000 too. 300,000 a car.
Yes. 300,000. I would buy one if I had it. I think I'm not one to knock the design.
You want to
tell you the truth,
guys.
That's how you know this is a race car too, because there is no access to the trunk at all. Like that wing don't move. That's it. It's staying there. So this is a race car, bro.
No, that is a race car. I like it for that. Up and then the design is, the design is the design, whatever. But
design is the design.
It's a straight race car, baby. I'm with that.
I gotta say it. So shout to Ford, man.
I think they might be using a torque converter though.
It definitely has a dual clutch.
Okay, good.
It's definitely going with the fingers.
But I mean, a lot of cars got the fingers now. The M5 got the fingers, and it's a torque converter. M3 torque converter now.
Not the Type R.
For now.
Hey, I got one. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? Whatever they want,
they can have it all. I got
whatever. It's whatever. I got one. Same thing I'm gonna say when I get that Hellcat. Same thing I'm gonna say when I get my Porsche. Look, manual. Yeah. That's it. I don't want nothing else. So with that being said, we have reached our favorite part of the show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know we got a couple more segments we're gonna drop. Ready to go? Here we go.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
So today, legends is pretty interesting.
Let's go.
I just want to start off by saying every legend is not without their faults, right?
Yes.
This one though is a Maserati Shamal. I know the better one thinks Maseratis are the cheap, expensive, exotic cars, which is very Strange to me, but you know, this is a 1996 though. What made this one so crazy? Twin turbo. You ready for this? V8. This is what I'm saying. Twin turbo V8, man. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of based off the bi-turbo version they had, but this one is a completely different car for the most part, right? Another interesting aspect of this car. Yo, this joint weighed like 1,400 kilograms.
Wow.
Which is, you know, people don't know, it's like 3,100 pounds or something like that. Back then, which is pretty light though. Pretty light.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy about this car too? This car was designed, right? The intended use for this car was for enthusiasts, for real drivers. This is what they saying. Maserati was on or something? No. Not on top of that. This joint made 326 horsepower.
Which is great.
Get rag, 6-speed transmission. So it had a bulletproof transmission on top of that. I don't know, man. These Maseratis, I'm telling you, these Maseratis is. You know what's also crazy about this car? This car was named after a wind, like wind blowing in the desert. It's crazy, I know.
Wait.
It's crazy, son. Crazy, son.
I've seen some names of some cars and things like that, and I wondered, like Hayabusa. Do you know what a Hayabusa?
It's a bird.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it's a bird that kills blackbirds.
Yeah.
It's actually a peregrine falcon. It's
really
one of the fastest birds in the world. But continue on.
Yeah, so this joint is named after a wind and damn, where the hell is it at? Somewhere in like the damn, what the hell is it? I can't think of the name at the point in time, but it's named after a wild wind in the desert. That's strange. But you know, it makes sense for the level of car this is, though. Their aim with this also is to be a great Grand Tourer. I think they did. And like I said, all legend is not without their faults.
Let's go. I'm
telling you.
With that being said,
let's go.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
That was actually great. Shout out to S.I Shawn.
I'm telling you, son.
With another great legend of auto.
It also had a twin intercooler setup.
A twin intercooler setup?
I'll tell you, man. There's nothing like a Maserati, man. Like
he loved them.
Especially you get it with a clutch in it, son.
Shout out to Cavalier. He said the GTD is gonna change up the whole game. I don't think anybody can hate on Stangs right now. He got a point.
No, he don't have no point.
Yes, he do.
You see the new S650? Hideous. GTD is hideous, but it's nice. It's a race car.
I understand how you can say that.
Because it does not look. It's not appealing look-wise. It looks very aggressive and, you know, visceral. I'm all for that, though. But when you really sit down and look at it, you're like, what is this design? Now you turn around, you look at a Porsche GT3, you like this. I get where you going.
Same.
What looks the same?
The Porsches look the same from 1976.
The same guy who always says, yo, it's a Porsche with my name out there. Now they all look the same since 1941.
Listen, I ain't never say I wanted for the full design of the car.
That's the part of the experience. That's the part of the experience of the car, though.
However, man, but you were sitting there like, yo, you know, it don't look like
it does not. It looks great because it's a race car, but past that, it doesn't. It's not one of those. I'm telling you, it's not one of those.
Ronald don't like that.
And then
Ronald don't like that. He's not happy with this.
I'm telling you, son. It's not
this vehicular treason you over here.
I only want to see this car on the track. That's it. It's like one of those project cars. You only want to see doing this project stuff. That's it. That's about it.
With that being said, we have reached one of our favorite segments here at the show. You know how
Let's go.
Get down. About to close it down.
Mods, the newest and freshest. Hey, modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
All right, y'all know how we get down here, man. Well, what we want to talk about today is going to be the Diablo tuner.
Okay.
Now, for those that don't know the Diablo tuner, this is also what started them tuning Hellcats and Chargers, Challengers. They was using the Diablo tuner for just about everything, just to get them turbocharged, get them a lot of different power. So the 5.7 Hemi is one of the most recognizable, celebrated American engines. We already know that.
Yep.
You know, engine tuning is one of the easiest, most cost-effective ways to make horsepower. And here we go with the Diablo Sport. So the Diablo Sport is obviously a scan tool. You can scan it and get trouble codes out, clear trouble codes, also data logs. But there's so much more to it, so much more capability to it. So one of the main benefits is a lot of power and torque gains. And then on top of that, you can use it to actually boost if you decide to boost a 5.7, which we all know has a stronger bottom end outside of the 6.2 liter. Excuse me. No, not the 6.4. 6.4.
Yeah.
6.4 liter has a stronger bottom end. So most of these 5.7 Hemi guys, or a lot of these older Hemi engine guys, they definitely want to use this to make a little bit more power. So with that being said, don't forget to check them out.
Factory.
Diablo Sport Intune i3. And with that being said,
Mods, the newest and freshest. Modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
All right. With that being said, we've reached another one of our segments, and I can't wait for this one because I love it. And here we go.
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Okay.
Let's go.
The Understeer for today. Tesla Model 3 with full self-driving fails to detect railway crossing, narrowly avoids train crash. Who is to blame here, the driver or the FSD? Tesla Model 3 driver questions ability after nearly colliding with a train, despite the name is only a level 2 autonomous driver instead of FSD. The video footage from the car shows the near miss has sparked debate online, with some claiming driver error. It's in full self-driving, but it's driver error. So today's Understeer is going to be everyone
that's about to say
who owns a Tesla. If you own a Tesla, you are the Understeer, because you are driving a car that is going to try to drive itself and drive you into a train. It's going to drive you into emergency services. It's not going to recognize anything that's going on in front of you. And yet you still listen to Cobra Commander out here, aka Elon Musk, and tell you that these kind of cars is where we going in the future. So if you own a Tesla, I'm sorry.
Shout them out.
I've been trying to hold back. We don't be bothering y'all no more on the show. But at the end of the day, after the footage I saw, the guy was headed straight for the train like it was the first movie of Fast and Furious. He said, on green, I'm going for it. Is he kidding me?
You know what bothers me the most? It's that, like, how's people still buying these?
For whatever reason, they think that they're cars. But I gotta say, the fact that this thing was looking at the crossbars come down, the train is moving, and this thing is still moving. The guy had to yank the wheel and turn it over. If he didn't, he'd have been street pizza on a railroad car.
You know what bothers me about that? You try and tell me in the middle of them coding this thing, they ain't coding train tracks and train crossing arms, and they ain't coding none of that in there.
No,
that's ridiculous, bro.
And for that alone, if you drive a Tesla, own a Tesla, want to own a Tesla, I'm sorry, even if you got stock in Tesla,
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
What was you thinking?
I'm telling you, man, nothing bothers me more than that you could be all the way wrong, but you would still blame me. I can't stand that.
I can't stand that.
Can't deal with that.
The fact that the car gets away, people are like, it's driver error. I wasn't driving. And we brought that up before. If there is an accident and you was an FSD, whose fault is it?
That's yours, B.
The Red Baron. He done he bail out with the parachute while you about to crash.
You know nothing that bothers me about this? They act like we in like this mysterious perfect world when, you know, every situation is right. And, you know, every situation is explainable to come up and let people drive these things. And like, how did you clear this? Nothing's good about this.
Yo, you know what? And now they got to answer questions on how they bamboozled everybody that bought over these full self-driving claims. Department of Justice is on them.
So they got to be on them, son.
But it's all good because now he's like, I'm not giving y'all no more superchargers.
Yeah, so now they gonna pull the pressure back on them. Like, you know what, man, let them go. Let them sell us some more of them.
He's Cobra. He's Cobra Commander, son. He always got a way out. Everybody else in trouble, you see Cobra Commander flying by in a jet. Cobra.
You know what's wild? Why don't they just open the floodgates and tell the manufacturers, create what y'all want to create? Then he ain't gonna have no choice but to stop. And who cares about a supercharge system at that point?
I can't front. I got a homeboy that was on my timeline on Facebook. He was like, yo, man, ain't nothing like driving a Tesla. I said, stop it, because you're not driving.
You ain't block him and write a claim against him for saying
To
that?
tell you,
I would have report that spam or something. Like, he gotta go.
with that being said, we've reached our exhaust
Gotta
notes.
go, son. That's wicked.
We've reached our exhaust notes. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, who paid attention, who rocked with us for this whole time that we've been here. We're going to have another run coming up, y'all, June 9th. Get your autos ready. The run to the wilderness, June 9th. Have your cars ready. We're going to be outside. But with that being said, before we get out of here, part of our exhaust notes, I wanted to give a shout out.
Let's go.
For those, I've been riding motorcycles for a little while. And I'll never forget at the time when I started riding, I was so into MotoGP, AMA, Superbike, just like really getting into the sport itself. And one person that stood out to me was going to be Nicky Hayden. Yeah. Nicholas Patrick Hayden, nicknamed the Kentucky Kid, was an American professional motorcycle racer who won the MotoGP World Championship in 2006. Hayden began racing motorcycles at a young age. He began his road racing career in the CMRA, progressing to the AMA Super Sport Championship and then to the AMA Superbike Championship. He won the AMA title in 2002 and was approached by Repsol Honda to race for the team in MotoGP in 2003. He was born July 30th, 1981. He lost his life May 22nd, 2017 at the age of 35 in Italy. His bike number is 69 and has been retired in his honor for the MotoGP class. For those that do not remember, in 2006, going up against the likes of Casey Stoner, who had just rode Ducati all the way to the championship, Yamaha, who had Valentino Rossi, the doctor. In the midst of all of these guys, he was able to emerge and become the MotoGP champion that only 6 other American riders before him was ever able to do. And with that being said, I feel like Nicky Hayden does not get enough props.
No, he don't.
He is the reason a lot of these dudes in the hoods riding around with their Repsol Honda editions. They don't even know who he is. But at the end of the day, his Honda MotoGP World Championship, he rode with Honda from 2003 to 2008, 2006 being his best year. He actually won Laguna Seca that year.
Sheesh.
I remember watching it, and I said, this is one of the first times that they was really on American soil with that race. And he won it. He won it. He beat Valentino Rossi fair and square. It was no cheating involved. He beat him fair square. He beat Casey Stoner fair square. And with that being said, he will always have a place in MotoGP and motorcycle history. So with that being said, Rally Radio with the salute to Nicky Hayden. Let's go. Rest in peace to him. He's been gone now 7 years.
Sheesh.
He been gone 7 years. It just passed May 22nd. So that's why we wanted to talk about him. So with that being said, shout to everybody who tuned in, paying attention. 100%. Shout to my guys, Splash Bros. We'll be at the meetup for the ride for anyone looking for a quick detail. You know what it is. Shout to the Splash Brothers. Don't forget, check them out on their Instagram page at Splash Brothers. You know where to find them. We're going to have their information readily available. So with that being said, I want to send a shout out to everybody who tuned in to rock with us. Shout to my guy Marlon.
Let's go.
Shout to Mark Camperford. Shout to Seneca Wilford. Shout to Big Ant. Shout to Militime NYC. Shout to Clarence Alexander. You know what it is, kid. Shout to Draco. Shout to Darth Spalding. Everybody that tuned in, that rock with us.
Let's go.
You got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Listen, man. Shout out to everybody again, like the Benos who've been rocking with us. Another thing, if you think those Mustangs is hot, go cop them. Get them in the V8 6-speed. That's the least you can do. Let's go. So with that being said, I want to shout out everybody who rocked with us, who was running with us today. Yes. And with that being said, until next week, we are out.
Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to plane. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in the Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.